welcome to the Party Dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM Blake Peoples, and here is your cast. And we're all doing really good.
Why would you say it like that?
What do you
Sounds
mean?
like something's wrong.
Nothing's
Yeah,
wrong.
it sounds like someone is not doing good.
No, we're all doing really good. Okay, now that that's established, hello. We're gonna play some
decides our
D&D.
moods at the beginning of every session.
I roll for it actually. I rolled, and you guys are all doing really good in real life.
We're the weirdest improv troupe ever.
We kind of are.
Before we start the improv, we decide what our mood is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have any announcements. I guess it's, let me know if this music's too loud, I guess. No, let's, if there's any cherished bits or tales from the void, now is the time to tell them and share them.
Phoenix, do you hear that? Do you hear a...
So I have this new headset. I'm really bad at unmuting.
Do you hear a... Can I get a ya-ha-ha?
Oh, what now?
A ya-ha-ha?
Sweetie, how much did you drink at
It's time for another round of What's Chelsea Playing? It's Hot Korok Summer Part 2.
Oh, Jesus.
We scooped back up Tears of the Kingdom, and we're getting those Koroks, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How many Koroks are there in Tears of the Kingdom?
1,000.
Okay.
But some of them give you 2 poops.
Oh, I don't know what that means, and I'll just forget it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, because the reward in the first game was poop. So when you said some of them give 2 poops, I'm like, so they all give you poop?
No, but like the
Okay.
seeds, they can look like little pellets, so it's fine.
What do you mean the
Oh, like
reward in the
rabbit
first
poop?
game was poop?
They gave you poop if you got
spoiler
it.
They give you
alert.
poop if you got all of
Yeah.
them.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, sure, dude.
S2 gives you a worthless item that looks a whole lot like poo-poo.
That's cool.
But we are halfway through, so I hit 500 yesterday. Nope, that's a lie. Sometime last week, but like yesterday, sure. I'm at the point where I could do the final quest, but I'm not gonna do that.
No.
It's Hot
tomorrow.
Korok Summer. Yeah.
Are you trying to organically find the Koroks, or do you have a guide?
No, I've got a guide.
Okay. I feel like that's more fun.
Yeah. It is really fun if, what's the link? I don't know. The website.
His name.
There is a website, but it is fun, like, because you can zoom out on the whole map and just see all the little seeds going away. So periodically, I'll zoom out to look at my progress. This has been another round of What's Chelsea Playing?
Nice. Hot
for the assist,
Korok
babe.
Summer. Yeah, he helped.
You're welcome.
I just want everybody to know that the reading you whatever is in my foyer bit is officially dead because the book collector has left.
Oh.
Where did he go?
Well, that's a story that I will tell you, not live on stream.
Okay.
Turn it off right now. I need to know.
It's okay. I'll send you the weirdest thing that comes to the store once per week.
I would actually love that. I would love that.
Winfield, I'm so sad that somebody bought the Batman Yowie. I wanted to buy
Yeah.
that so bad.
I forgot to grab it on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday I was walking around the store and I saw somebody with it in their hand, and I was like, oh no. I told Blake I'd give him that Yowie.
Let's be clear, Tommy. He'll send you whatever the weirdest thing that comes through the store, if it doesn't wind up in my living room.
That's true. Yeah, that is. We do
I don't think
sort
I'm allowed
of.
to pull. I don't think I'm allowed to
Don't pull out the
Boris.
Boris. Don't pull out the Boris book.
There's safe
You can pull out Boris. Boris is art. We can see Boris on stream.
Please don't pull out Boris Vallejo's
It's right over
art
here.
of nude, muscular women on my stream. I'm begging
Wait,
you.
hold on. I will. Speaking of books that were given to me from Winfield's place, hold on.
Oh yeah.
No Boris. What about Julie?
I really hope
Same.
I
Same.
really wish he had kept the headphones
Because
on.
Blake and I
Got
are
a
both train pilled, and we
gag.
both
Yeah.
talked about how train pilled we are. Let's look at a picture of a locomotive together. And
Yeah.
that'll be what we get.
I saw
Oh,
a train this weekend.
I think I might have nailed it in one actually.
Nice.
This is really rad.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look
Look
at
at
that
that guy.
freaking train, dude.
That guy fucking
Choo-choo.
rules, man. Anyway, all right, bit over.
All right. Let's play some D&D.
Oh no.
Cool. So, last time on Bright Futures, 1 week ago, our heroes, in Garrick Bastion for a field trip, stumbled their way into a conflict with a haunted suit of armor and a living sword. During the conflict, a new face, a wood elf named Pier, appeared to help. Once they defeated their supernatural foes, Pier introduced herself as someone who was sent by the Jade Prince to help the students. Though distrustful at first, once the party realized that she came from the elven town that Turin spent a good deal of his life in, they took her in with open arms. The group, now with a new member, headed out of Garrick Bastion in the direction of the mining town Doppenwit in order to take on a few quests up in the Drillstone Sierras. On the first night of their journey, they all tattooed each other, and also Tether and Una began a ritual to contact the divine machine within Una's maces. And that is where we left off. So we left off.
Shit.
Yeah, immediately. You remember how we left off?
Yeah.
So, Tether, as your ritual finishes and the mushrooms grow and then are consumed, the wind sort of starts to pick up around the camp. And you all feel a very cold breeze move through. Una, your vision begins to sort of flicker a little bit. At first you think it's just the fire, the campfire, but then you realize it's significantly more than that until your vision just goes completely dark. And then slowly adjusts to your new location. You find yourself in a dark, long chamber with tall, arched ceilings. The chamber is made of stone, but what kind of stone is sort of hard to determine. On one side of the chamber, it seems to be onyx, but along the length of the chamber, it lightens and lightens until it looks almost porcelain on the other end. The chamber looks to have been ornate once, a stately hall of some kind, with complex carvings along the walls and intricate ornamentation. In rows, emanating from the porcelain side of the chamber, large black bars have been erected from ceiling to floor. These, too, are quite ornate, the ones that still stand. There are several gray piles of rubble in place of a few of these pillars, and some of the ones still standing look quite a bit worse for wear. You can see, emanating beyond the pillars, a glowing light that pulsates, and something else too: hunger. On the dark side of the room that you are standing on, there is also a figure, hard to make out in the deep gloom that it sits within. But it is a gargantuan form draped in a dark robe that could easily be shadow, and it almost seems growing out of the wall. The only evidence that this is not an object draped in cloth is the breath-like movement, and a glimpse here and there of thin, sickly, pale limbs. Under the hood of this robe, where there should be a face, there are only black feathers. The figure is clearly worse for wear, with white blood leaking from several wounds on its body. Looks down at you, and it says, in a voice little more than a whisper, "This I did not foresee. You're too soon. Not by much, but early nonetheless."
Sorry. I can come back at a better time for you.
It looks like it's about to respond when you feel a rumble, almost like an earthquake, coming from the center of the room. And you see as the feathered hood lifts and looks in that direction, you see in the center of this room, cracks starting to appear. And it says, "That would be for the best. It is not safe for you here, not now. But when you find yourself where light cannot reach and thoughts cannot be heard from afar, I shall once again loosen my bars and we shall speak. But for now, flee and he lifts a hand and just presses a finger, probably the size of your head, to your forehead, and your eyes open and you're back in the field. The rest of you, you saw Una's eyes go completely black for maybe half a second, and then she shuddered back to consciousness.
It's at this moment Everett realized we have a new party member.
No, he knows. Remember, he was there.
I was here.
He met her.
That was fast.
How did it go?
Una, I will say, your headache that you had from the thing getting destroyed, gone. Your head is clearer now than it has felt in months.
Amazing.
Did you say hi?
Sort of. I think I met Ornick.
Were they nice?
Surprisingly, yeah. Not mean, if that equals nice. And I think they got rid of my headache. But they said I was too soon. Like I was unexpected. And when something about when it's too dark for light and thoughts from afar can't reach me, then they'll be back. Or no, then they'll lower their bars again.
What does that mean?
That's you know what? I don't know.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you want me to do it again?
No!
Are you sure? That was easy, honestly. Does anyone else want to speak to a god or something?
No, not
Stepped in?
really.
I hadn't really thought about the option.
Yeah, literally, I think I can get you connected to like any god. Here,
you
you
lying?
pray.
I mean, to be fair, this was more of a demi, the spawn of a god, I think. So one level down, but still pretty cool.
Is it like an analog of the gods' consciousness, or is it like the actual god themselves?
I don't know.
I didn't even think
Una
about
seems to have
that.
like actually talked to someone. When I talked to my mom, she just like sent dead mushrooms.
They definitely touched me. Like I felt it. Bink.
Okay.
But it's everything I've been hearing about. They're fighting off this hunger. I don't know. They seem in a rough spot. I feel bad for leaving them there.
I can do it again.
No. Like, they didn't seem mad, but I also didn't feel super welcome.
Did you knock on the door?
No, I was just in a room,
Oh.
and they were there. Like, huge. But
Huh.
kind of, but all the black and white aesthetic stuff, so we got the right address.
Everett turns to Argonetti. Says, "Did you ever talk to a god?"
Well, my studies are in the arcane, and in my time the gods weren't exactly fond of us, using our arcane wiles and wares.
Yeah, where I come from, the gods are kind of assholes. You don't, like, seek them out all the time. Well, gods maybe not right, but a lot of the higher powers, you want to just, like, keep your head down, not deal with them, because they'll screw you over if you're not careful. I don't fully know how the gods work around here, but if I were us, I'd just kind of keep the head down, not get too involved.
Yeah, but can I say something like maybe a little controversial? So like, I'm not that powerful, but if I can like connect to a god, how like godlike can they be? Am I right?
I don't think we should say that kind of stuff.
But again, the story goes. The story. Who knows if it was real? Maybe somebody messed with the spell. To be fair, that's probably what it was.
With my spell?
Yeah. People mess with us all the time. The story goes that the things in the maces were creations of the gods. So they're not the big ones up there. They're like the kiddos.
Should we try one of the big ones?
No.
Okay.
Everett, will you make a history check on what Una's saying? You might have some knowledge considering your upbringing. You are muted as well.
I don't have any dice, but I'm gonna just do it on the sheet.
Don't have any fucking dice. Not like you need those for D&D or anything.
I do. They're just in a
Just
in a
use
drawer that
Foundry.
I
Use
can't
the
reach.
Foundry dice.
But that's not doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
You
They're
know, it
right
doesn't
there.
feel
We
right.
can
He's
all
right.
see the outcome.
No, it doesn't feel good though.
Feel good.
All right, normal. Oh, but I get +2 because of my smart fellow.
Arganetti, yes.
So whatever I rolled +2. What I rolled? 17 +2,
Can't see
19.
it. 19. You would recognize what Una's talking about as the divine machines, the Siapseth. It was the gods' third attempt to make children. Their third failed attempt to make children.
Well, that's so crazy because I had my notes open and that was the first word that was on the page of notes that I was on was Siapseth.
There you go.
Crazy. I share this insight with everyone.
Why do they say failed? Like, what happened to them?
With your 19, you'd know that they were flawed in various ways. They were more machine than God. They would either follow their rote instructions to the letter or completely malfunction, which is probably what happened to Adnir.
They weren't made perfectly, and so they did what machines often do, which is, you know, not take directions the way that a person would or a being, a creature would.
How all powerful can they be then? Am I right?
Blake, do I in that big lore dump
Yeah.
a few weeks ago? Did I know which god they came from or no?
I will have to check. I think you did. But I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Oh god, what session was that? Session 76. It might be that one.
It was with the
Yeah, 76. I got it in fucking one. Hell yeah, dude. No, but you might be able to guess based off of your last, your big vision where you lived out part of the quest. So go ahead and make a history check. It wouldn't be difficult for you to put this together. I just have to remember the
I
god's
pulled
name.
everything up except my character sheet. My bad. The tension rises. History?
Yes.
Non-nat 20.
Heronius was the god that sent all those people on a quest, so it would make sense that he had created these two.
Okay. And Heronius's whole thing is like, he's like big good guy.
War and justice are sort of his
War and
domains.
justice. Okay.
He's the god of like militant justice. And his whole deal is that his brother is the god of tyranny, and they are at war forever.
Funny.
Yeah, pretty funny.
forever at war.
Oh, well, cool. I was curious if we could communicate. Turns out we can. But yikes.
Sounds like a successful experiment to me.
I guess, but Ornik's straight up not having a good time. And I get that's his whole thing. He's keeping his sisters, the product of his sister's hunger at bay.
Her hunger is the cloud of devastation.
Thing-
She is.
She's
in
the
there.
light.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is sad because, well, I don't know. I'm gonna process this more.
Cool.
Because honestly, I thought this was gonna fail.
Hey!
No! Sorry, not your spell. I never fully believed or believe in the gods.
Right? Because, like, if they can't even make children, like, how godlike can they be?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should stop.
I mean,
Say,
think about it.
You can
The god-
communicate with them.
The gods
You're
can't
the
make
last person.
the gods can't make children on purpose. People can do it by accident. Like,
Right? I mean, like,
level?
I get,
I don't know.
like, I get there are, like, beings we call gods, but I feel like God has too much gravitas, you know?
Okay, I'm the last person who could be accused of being superstitious. But anything's possible. Maybe we just cool it. Maybe we just cool it.
I believe everything. Oh,
You're kind of superstitious, Everett. You believe in ghosts.
I have a living rock
Hello.
that is imbued. Yes, that is imbued with the consciousness of
Look,
a
I get-
1,000-year-old wizard.
No, I'm not questioning that the gods aren't real or
Yeah,
very
no.
powerful.
I sure did.
But the gods can be, if all the old stories and a couple actual historical documents are true, the gods can be, like, killed. Like,
yeah.
they're not, like, all powerful creatures. They're
Yeah.
very powerful, but they're not,
By
like,
us.
all powerful.
Guys, I'm just, like, predicting 5-year plan.
It's
Kill a
true,
god.
right? Like, that. There are stories about gods just, like,
Argonetti's gonna chime in and be like, well, minor gods have been killed, yes. The original gods, none have been killed. The one was maimed fairly heinously.
right,
Okay,
by the
5-year
other
plan,
gods.
name a god.
There was that
No,
one
no,
guy
no,
who
not-
became a god.
Yes,
That's a thing.
yes. One, two, actually.
Two.
Way back in, I'm not 100% on this because I wasn't alive at the time, but way back in the age of the gods, people could just become minor gods if they were, how would the kids say it, sick enough. But
If you're sick nasty enough, you can become a god.
but
Hey, just a
after
reminder that while Argonetti's dropping this lore, that he's like fucking hot.
he's
as
hot,
shit
yeah,
now.
he did get
Yeah.
carved to be hot.
That's right, he's handsome super.
But when the gods departed the mortal plane, that stopped being possible until, of course, that one wizard did it. That bastard. And I will say some of my contemporaries did seek to wage war on a few of the gods. Unsuccessfully, I should say. But there are two sort of ranks of gods. The gods and then the gods. You know.
So let's start with one of the gods and then move on to a god.
Whoa.
If you'd like, you definitely can. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. I saw many appear fall to a minor god.
Well, I think, we wait until it gets really, really dark, like he said.
Okay.
I think he's referring to that spot in the Underdark, where I'm pretty sure that Gul'dak is hiding out.
We have
But
to.
we're not. We don't have to go. So it's actually fine. I don't
Okay.
have to worry about this anymore. I'm just holding 2 really powerful entities on my shoulders. But it's no big deal because I never use them and never will. It's fine.
So can I propose? Can we have? I know we have a list.
Yeah.
By the way, Peter, we have a list of things to do. But can we make a new list of gods we want to kill?
Oh.
That seems like tempting fate.
I don't. You're not hearing me. It's the thing. You're not listening. You're not hearing me.
Yeah.
So we know that when you speak, that you can talk to gods, right?
Uh-huh.
You can't be here for this. I'm sorry. When you speak, you can talk to gods. So that line is open. We don't know if the gods are just listening all the time.
I mean,
Right.
if they're listening, that's boring. You know.
Well,
They have
then
nothing
how?
better to do than listen to us.
So you cast your spell and then that makes some sense, go off, or are they just always hearing you a little bit? You ever think about that?
Phone
I don't
rings.
know. I grew up I grew up thinking my mom could like hear me all the time, so I was like really terrified. And now I'm like figuring, what if she's not? And even if she is, what if we kill her? You know? So I'm thinking like Gul'dak, Zugtamoy, Septon, like anything like considered a god?
Well,
And
on
looks
our
at how
list-
much Durlstone is near him.
Lot of
Our
Durl
list
Stone,
is-
pretty close.
On our list is just Shadow Septon.
I still don't think I'm allowed to talk about
Alright.
who I have deals with. I think I could get in a
True.
lot of trouble for that.
Okay, but like if
I don't
the higher my hand
think-
goes, it's the more powerful. So
I don't
stop me when I'm.
I think it's a god. Like, have we talked about this?
It's
Is that-
something
is that
you
just
met.
the-
Never asked.
Contacted a powerful being when he was stuck in the Shadowfell.
You
Yeah,
know what
know-
it is. You've seen
or
him.
Yes, I've seen him.
Yeah.
That could be a god. That is
Could be.
frankly a power level right up near God in D&D for what Peter knows, but Septon probably doesn't have that same concept. No, I don't think God's the right answer. Like powerful being definitely, but not like God.
Same thing. We can put it on the list.
Maybe.
Frankly, on a power level of beings we've run into here on the material plane, probably. Right? Yeah. That's my estimate.
So you're saying we start with that one because it's like work your way up.
I think we
mean-
start on the quest we're on.
Yeah, I think we're currently in the woods.
Just a field,
And they-
but yeah.
We're in a field on the edge of a mountain.
Okay, guys, I'm feeling really revved up right now. I figure like we either should go to bed or I get a smote.
That's what?
Smote. Smited, perhaps.
Oh.
I think that
I thought you said get a smoke. Like you got
Yeah.
a smoke to calm down. I got a smoke.
Oh, I mean we can.
Tether develops a recreational addiction.
I vote no.
Develops.
I vote no smoke. No smoting.
Alrighty.
All right, you go to bed?
Bed.
All right,
Bed.
Do you want to do
Please.
shifts?
Yep. I'll do first.
I do second.
I'll take the middle of the night. Well, if you two are doing shifts, I'll be awake by then.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, you head to bed.
Everett produces a little shadow and says, "Little shadow, if there are any gods around, you have to tell me." And then goes to bed.
Just sort of meows. Cool. Yeah, I mean, the night passes uneventfully. You have some time with your thoughts, Una. You have some time with your delusions, Tether.
Hey.
And then Septon, you wake up, and as you take sort of the final watch, Septon, you notice that a lot of horses, a lot of travelers are headed in the direction that you're headed. You're passed by several caravans while the rest of the group is finishing out their rest. It seems that people make an early start to get to Doppenwit. But you all awake with the rising of the sun and are ready to continue your journey. Cool. So, as you get up and get going, you awake to the sound of wheels and horses. And yes.
And before we get too far along, can I just make a I know that we had talked about it, but do I have any insight as to immediately what might be happening today, just so I can plan my spells?
You're going to a town called Doppenwit, which you were warned is the most bureaucratic place in the material plane, in order to find information to get to a mine to get some
but
silver.
there's Daryl Stone everywhere, so I should prepare for the idea that I may not just be able to cast spells.
Your magic might be a little fucked, yeah. Targeting, at
Okay.
least. The targeting
Good
of
to
your
know.
magic may be a little fucked, yes.
Good to know. Cool.
Get some AoEs up.
Cool. So yeah, you wake up and you see many travelers headed by. Many. And you set off. You spend the first couple hours of your day traveling, but you see very quickly that most of your is not going to be spent moving. Most of your day is probably going to be spent standing still. As you, way in the distance, like maybe a mile and a half away, you definitely see what's probably Doppenwit, like a big set of massive gates, some buildings behind it right at the foot of the mountains. But you also see two massive lines forming at the gates that reach easily a mile and a half back. One of the gates consists mostly of large caravans and covered wagons, and the other line consists mostly of individuals, mostly gnomes. This line seems to be moving a lot faster than the one with larger groups. What are you doing?
So, guys, do you want to, like, wait in this line? I have goldfish. I had goldfish.
Goldfish.
Or does someone want to do some illusion something and make us look like gnomes and we get in a lot faster? Or we can just sneak in.
It's not all gnomes, it's just mostly gnomes in that one line.
All right. If I'm looking at that other line that's going fast,
Not fast,
Is there-
faster, not fast.
faster, is there a visible, like, unifying trait amongst all the people in that line?
Make a perception check.
There is perception. P for perception.
I assume it's bad because Winfield laughed.
That's in that one.
Ooh! There is one very clear defining trait. They're all in a line.
Ah.
They're all in
Okay,
actually
then.
the same line.
I'm really glad you said that. Because if you had given me a fake trait, Septon would have been like, I've figured it out.
No. I mean, not that you can make out.
Thinking back to Zoombeanies. Trying to figure out who's allowed through that gate and who's allowed through this gate. If that reference lands on anyone.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Winfield's biggest Zoomies guy. I really like that quiet. Oh yeah. It came from like a deep place, I feel. The lines are getting longer as you try to figure it out.
Well, let's just get in the slow line.
At least pop into a line.
Get in this
Get in
line.
the slow line.
You jump on in that queue immediately behind a caravan bearing there's a big wagon and a bunch of horse riders. The wagon has insignia of a dove struck through by an arrow with a red background. Yeah. But there's a bunch of horse riders who are wearing dark leathers. Very uniform dark leathers.
Heather just goes, "Hi, can you just explain the difference between the two lines?"
One of them, a beardless dwarf, turns, says, "What?
There's two lines. What's the difference?
This is the caravan queue. That one is not the caravan queue.
So we're not considered a caravan, so we should be in this line, the other line.
I don't know, man. Who are you? What's your deal? I don't know.
That's true. We're not really a caravan.
I don't have to give you personal information. We're not a caravan. We're gonna move. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, all right, good luck.
We're not hauling goods, you know. Right?
We
What's
are
this
the
quest?
good.
This isn't a delivery quest, right?
It is, but you have to get stuff from the mountain and deliver it to Garrett
Oh.
Bastion.
Yeah, then we're not a caravan. We're an adventuring party.
All right, you going to the other one?
Into
Yeah.
the gnome line.
All right, you get an gnome line, and in front of you is a very nervous-looking, balding gnomishman, who's just sort of wringing his hands.
It's the guy from Baldur's Gate.
No,
No,
It's
it's
Silver.
not fucking Barkus Root.
it's not.
Barkus
It's
Root.
not Barkus Root.
Get his ass.
All those fucking gnomes can go fuck themselves.
It's not. It's not
Sick of their
him.
shit.
Fuck this guy.
Hey, Barkus is only annoying because he's like he's gay and he has a crush on his
Sorry.
friend.
He's only annoying because he's gay. Are we
Yeah.
sure? Are we sure about that, Michael?
Gay people can be annoying.
Michael, you can't say that after also dropping the F slur on stream.
I have a gay friend. I can say that. I've been given permission.
Anyway, there's a very nervous-looking balding gnome in front of you. Let me know if my AC's too loud. I'm starting to die without it, so what are you gonna do? He sort of wrings his hands and looks back at you, and his eyes go a little wide, and then he just turns away.
Can we help you?
No.
No?
Just a lot, just a lot of you.
Oh yeah, no, we're an adventuring party.
An adventuring party in the residential queue. I never thought I'd see the day.
This is the residential queue.
They should install proper signage
Back-
for these
back to the
queues.
other
Well,
line,
there is
gang.
signage. It's just up there, and he points like a mile away.
So like that's the caravan line and this is residential queue. What if we have plans to buy property?
You'd have to ask one of the line corporals. I'm afraid I'm just a resident. I don't know.
I'm sorry, you just seem to have a lot of thoughts of us being in this line.
No,
so I thought you'd
no
have
thoughts.
any
You
opinions.
no. I would hate to see you waste your whole day and then get turned away at the gate.
Oh, you would? Thank you so much for your concern.
You feel a presence come in behind you guys in the line. A huge cloaked figure, like dwarfing all of you guys in height and width. Can't make any details. Dark brown cloak. All you can see is sort of strange-looking eyes peering out from like a face covering. And he goes, but just turns away and stops engaging with you at the sight of this huge guy behind you.
Hi.
No.
Hello.
What's your name?
Woolrid
Hi,
Stone with a W.
There's a W in stone.
In Woolrid.
Oh, Woolwood. Sorry.
Well. Yeah, that'll do.
So Wooldred Stone. Do you live here?
No, but I'm seeking treatment among the gnomes for my injuries.
Your afflictions?
Yeah, that's a good name.
Unfortunately,
It
we
is
were.
fine for us to be here if he's here.
Apparently, this is
Unfortunately-
not the residential line.
Well, it is. I have a visa.
Oh, we don't, guys. We should go to the other line.
Oh wait, can we see what that visa looks like?
And he sort of suspiciously pulls his hand back. I prefer if you didn't.
I'm just curious what it looks like.
Could you maybe show it to our short, roguish friend here?
Why?
Please?
If you had just said, "Can we see that?" it would have worked better than "Can we see what it looks like?"
Because we're trying to get it. We want to make sure we have our paperwork. I don't think we do. I think we need to be in the other line.
Right. Do you have your writ of entry, your caravan writ of entry?
Oh.
What do they
Not
look like?
again.
I don't. I don't know. I mean, I don't have one. I just did a little bit of research before coming here, so.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Only we had done any research.
I
Is there
came
some
from pretty
sort of
far.
publicly
away.
available directory where we could find
Yeah,
out?
it's in the town.
Oh, it's in the town.
That's. I mean, a tribes a companion of mine went there before, which is why I know what I need to have now. He had a
What
hard
do you-
time getting in.
Yeah, what help do you need? Maybe we can help you.
What? I just got horrible burns, just terrible burns all over my body.
Oh, I know many healing spells.
Right, no, but I need theirs specifically. It's a curse burns, you know.
Oh, where did you get cursed?
You know, where you usually do. Big skull
Yep.
on the
You
road.
already said all over.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, you said
We
big
can break
skull?
curses. We've done it a couple times.
Yeah, sure. Big skull.
Yeah, sure.
Didn't we even think about a big skull with a crown?
A skull with a crown, yeah.
Wasn't big, was it?
Normal skull.
A normal sized skull with a crown.
Normal
Actually, wait,
skull.
I have more information about that. 1 second.
That's true. I really, you know, I've traveled a long way to get there healing, so thanks for the offer, but I'm great.
We've broken a couple curses.
Great. I'm happy for you. You can tell he's
So-
starting to sweat through his cloak here a little bit.
Is it hot out?
It's actually not. It's sort of mid-fall. Oh, you know, just it's a I gotta wear a lot of this so you don't have to see the whole thing.
I mean, I'm a walking, talking mushroom.
Yeah, no, but this is like
Yeah.
raw skin and pustules, and it's gross. It's terrible.
I can look grosser to make you feel more comfortable.
I don't need that. I'm good though. Thank you.
So about that, visa.
Listen, I don't want to be rude. You know, I'm not from here. I don't really know what the customs are, but I feel like you're just trying to copy my visa, and I think that would get me in trouble.
Oh, not if we don't tell.
Okay, I guess you're not wrong, but I can't have this go wrong. I have to get in there, so I just don't want to take any risks.
All right, gang, to the other line.
So we need a writ of passage for the other line, but what if we offered our services to one of these caravans as guards for the last stretch of road?
You see as Wolred's eyes narrow on you as you start talking, Shandi. It's hard to make out his expression, but his eyes certainly have taken a focus on you.
Yikes.
Did something about my plan strike you as odd?
I think he's into you.
He's a furry.
Just wait till I shift.
No.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I just, you remind me of someone.
Oh, like another shifter, or we met one not long ago.
Just something in the eyes.
Cool.
You clearly have more thoughts on this.
No.
Yes, that,
Yeah, it's fine. You don't know anyone by the name of Shiona, do you?
My
Well,
Sharona.
You bastard.
My.
We know a Sheena who has cat-like features.
I think her name.
Cat-like features.
Is that right?
I don't know Ashina, but
you said Shiona.
I.
I don't, right? I don't have it in my notes.
I don't think you would. No.
No, I'm not familiar by anyone of that name.
History
No,
check.
no matter.
Just in case.
All right.
$16 plus 2 is 18. Nope.
Sounds.
Fair enough.
It sounds like a name in the shifter style of names.
That
I would recognize
I'll
that
invent.
Winfield invented, but it sounds like a name in that naming convention, certainly.
Were they the one that cursed you?
No. She would never do that.
You said her eyes were similar to mine, yes?
Aye, lad. Yes.
Of no immediacy, but if I were to track down this Shiona, where does she hail from?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that. She's not safe here.
Well, as disappointing as that is to hear, I wouldn't want to put you or her in any sort of danger.
He's gonna go ahead and take an insight check on you. He's having a hard time reading what your deal is. So he goes, "Ah, lad. Seek out the tribe of the Western Sea.
Well, I thank you for that little tidbit of information. I'll do that.
But I will warn you, if you do her harm, it won't just be me you have to deal with."
Oh, no harm intended, good sir.
Anyway, you're headed to a different line.
Well, obviously, we don't have the papers for either line, so I don't really think it matters which line we're in. We're just gonna have to talk our way through.
That's where the plan comes in. If we offer our services as caravan guards for this mile of road,
You know, Shandi might be right.
Okay.
anything could happen. We just
Free
tell them.
guards.
Free of charge, guaranteed safety for the next mile.
I can turn into a gross-looking monster and, like, kind of show my face every once in a while to make people think they need guards.
Interesting.
Would be a good scheme.
I could make a scary thing, like a like an elephant with like teeth, or I don't know. So you guys come up with something scary that I can
Elephant-
make
I
it.
think those they have those.
They have
They're like
teeth,
sharp,
yeah.
like big sharp, pointy teeth. or something else that's also scary. I'm coming up blank right now, but whatever you think would be scary, I could make it.
The only thing you can think of when you think scary is elephant with pointy teeth.
That's just this moment. It's not indicative of my talents as a person who could come up with an illusions. It's just where I went in this moment.
Have you ever... Pierre, you said you were going to say something?
I was going to ask if someone in the group here is good at forgeries.
You guys understand that where she is on your screen is not where she is on my screen. So you're
Alright,
just pointing
look
in a
at stream.
random
I just
direction.
I thought he was pointing down because she's short.
That too.
Alright, so we're not just gonna like copy one of these visas to get in real quick? We gotta go through a whole mile of guard duty?
Well, that's why I wanted to look at his.
Yeah, all right, Una, go steal somebody's visa and copy it and come back.
Nah, this guy's gonna give it to us. Look at him.
No, I'm really not.
You're sweating bullets.
Yeah, I can't risk this. All right.
Yeah, and it seems
But-
like if you don't want to risk it, you're gonna let us take a glance
But
at that
I don't
visa.
think we need
Make an
a
intimidation check.
visa.
Can I brain
Oh.
talk?
Can I
brain
guide?
talk for Tuna? Okay.
No, he's already said the thing.
Oh, I crit failed.
He towers over you and says, "I think you'd better rethink that, lass."
Alright, well, I mean, maybe we can find someone shorter. I turn to that other person who is in front of us in line.
He's clearly been listening this whole time, but pretending like he hasn't been.
Yeah, but well, we don't need visas, do we? We just need.
I guess we need to see if there's like a seal or something. But
We
you
need
know,
a we need a writ. We need a writ.
Yeah, I feel like, listen, this guy up in front of us seems kind of like a narc. So
Yeah.
maybe we should go do an honest day's work. You hear that? Honest? I say it out loud, like honest day's work.
You do notice a gnome flanked by a stone golem who's been walking up and down the line, sort of flicks her head over at you when you say that loudly. Doesn't come over, just takes note of you.
Also, like, we're going to the mountains. Why do we have to go to the town again?
I also have a bunch of zoo buying money that I could maybe chip in a little bit of. If we could bribe someone.
Look, I'm just following your guys' lead. I'm assuming you know JP's plan here, so.
JP.
I could also suggest something to someone. Like, I could suggest that they give us their visa.
I mean, yeah, there's
One
that's
visa.
always a thing to do. A sweet talk,
No.
magically enhanced sweet talk.
Well, yeah.
Okay, it seems like we all have different plans of how to get in. What if
I
we
like-
all do them at once, and hopefully one will work?
I like Shandi's idea.
Our duty time.
I'm in, but I get to pick the people.
Well, they're gonna
Why?
pick us.
I think they gotta pick us. Who wants to be our marketing guy?
I think Septon is the best at that.
All right.
Everybody else just stand by and look tough.
Look tough, gang. Look tough.
Grrr.
Am I monster?
Let's see if somebody will take us first, and if that doesn't work, then we pull out Plan Monster.
Let's try to. We find the most scared-looking group.
Do you think, is this
Septon
scary?
points to the guy in front of us.
Well,
I go ghost, and I say, is this scary? Ooh.
The guy in front of you has started standing just stock still, staring forward. The big guy behind you sort of starts a little
Poor
bit
guy.
and then laughs a little bit. And you see, at this point, the gnomish guard is starting to make her way over in your direction.
stop.
Okay, I unghost.
She reaches you, dressed in a well-pressed white uniform, accompanied by a large stone golem. This is a gnomish woman, a grim-faced gnomish woman with a slightly protruding lower lip. Her hair is fully covered by the tall hat of her uniform, think like marching band style hat. She walks with a slight limp. She approaches. She says, "Is everything going well on the queue?
Yeah.
Is there any concern that I or my golem should have?"
No,
Things
no
are
need for
good.
concern.
And
To be clear-
she looks at the gnome in front of you who's close to pissing himself. Are
be
we
clear-
sure?
To be clear, this is the non-caravan queue, correct?
This is the residential queue.
See,
And hypothetically, if you weren't a caravan or a resident, what queue would that be?
There is the residential queue and the caravan queue. The residential
course.
queue is for individuals who live here or looking to stay here for a prolonged non-business reason. The caravan queue is for groups who are here for a business reason.
Then why not call it a business queue?
gang, we're in the wrong queue.
Alright.
Can I make an insight check as to what might have happened to her leg based on everything about her?
Sure.
Okay, so I rolled a natural 1, but there is no but. I rolled a natural 1 is what I did.
A lot of nat ones today.
You know,
Yeah.
her leg
You're
actually
well.
looks like it belongs to not a gnome. It looks like it's like something else's leg on her leg.
Guys,
Nice.
I don't want to go to this town anymore.
If you are in the wrong queue, I will ask you to leave and join the correct queue. So it
Everett's
moves.
just
So it
staring at her
proceeds
like-
apace.
Well, if we're in a wrong queue, we will move.
Yes.
Only. You said, but a moment ago, that you're in the wrong queue.
Did we? I don't think so.
You
Observe
certainly
my
did.
tactics.
Hey, thanks for this.
I did
sub.
say that. We're going to the other queue now. Come on,
I
guys.
appreciate
Okay.
it.
Other
Other
queue
queue.
time. Let's
Other
move
queue.
along.
Thank
Okay.
you for keeping the queues moving apace. If you have any more questions, my name is Q Corporal Ballyhander Grizz, and this is Gobi Galactus. So
Oh,
please
yeah.
seek out help should you need it.
Galleander?
Ballyhander. And you may call me Q
Ballyhander?
Corporal.
Q Corporal?
Yes.
Is there like a fast pass lane? Can we buy fast passes?
There are people who live alongside the queue who offer to stand in the queue for you or try to cut ahead of the queue. They are criminals and will be pursued viciously by entities such as Gobi Galactus here. And she points to her stone golem, who has like a fish-shaped head.
And what does Gobi do when he catches you?
Smash.
And she sort of looks down at her leg and then, like, briefly and looks back up at you and goes, "Nothing pleasant, I assure you."
Okay,
Okay.
hypothetical. Like, let's say someone does something illegal, and you arrest them. Is the jail in the town?
It is.
Guys.
I should warn you not to plan criminal activity before me, or I will arrest you on contempt of the queue.
And send us to jail? In the town?
It's jail. You understand? It's prison.
Immediately to jail. Without having to wait in the queue.
We don't have time for another trial.
It's prison. You understand that it's prison. It's not. You won't have free reign of the town. You will go to prison.
But there won't be a delay, is what I'm asking you.
Well, sure. There's
We can only
certainly a
seduce so many
processing queue.
lawyers.
Many people are arrested each day. I imagine there is a processing queue outside the prison, though that is not my responsibility. I am the corporal of this queue. Well, these queues.
How did
While
you
this is
do on the-
happening, has like a whole chunk of the line moved forward. And
You're really holding up the
Una's-
line.
Una's so done with this and just following the line, not even telling people.
No, Una, bro, that's the wrong line. You gotta go to that line.
Fuck up, I'm in the right line.
I believe you're in the incorrect line. Please return.
No, we moved to the caravan line.
Or not yet, you haven't. You
I
said
said
you
I
were
did.
going to. Oh, you just
Oh.
left. That's fine. You can join the caravan line.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That one hasn't moved very much, but please, if you don't mind, you're holding up the line.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
of course. I'm off to the correct queue.
So do you have like an example of a caravaner as a writ?
They
on
do
you?
with the front, yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. You are really good at your job.
I'm well aware.
Okay.
She sort of starts shooing you.
What are you doing after this?
Get in the queue.
Okay.
All right, you get in the queue, and almost immediately after you, another caravan arrives. This is a interesting caravan. Instead of carts pulled by horses, this caravan consists of a floating boat-like structure made of what looks like porcelain and gold. They hang from curved sails connected by golden chains that seem to hold small localized storms behind each of the sails, each storm being maintained by a bird-like figure flying behind them. As they come to a stop, the storm subside and the boat comes to a gentle rest on the ground behind you. You see it is manned entirely by these bird-like figures.
Should we
Guys, I'm
ask
just
them
gonna-
if they need guarding.
Yeah, you guys can. I'm just gonna walk ahead of the queues to see the example of the caravan writ, and then like come back so we have backups if we need it.
Okay, don't get caught skipping ahead though.
Okay, it's okay. I think me and Una will go, and we'll just like go real quick.
Just roped her in.
But you need to see because you're gonna make them.
No.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I can think of it in my head, and you can see it in my head.
That's not how my thing works.
Oh.
I'm not doing crime. I'm putting my foot down. Grr.
Secretly, Una just really likes queues. She's
So
like one of those people that where if she sees a queue, she'll just get in and go to the end.
this is not to. I'm not trying to sort of throw your whole worldview into question here, but what is the point of learning forgery if you don't plan on doing crime?
That's a great point, and actually, I forgot that I am proficient with forgery kits.
Forgery is excellent for note-taking.
Una, could we borrow the forgery kit?
I don't have a forgery kit. Also, I'm
do
definitely
have a
not
forgery
very
kit.
good with it, but I know how to use it. I'm pretty good at copying stuff. I do like the paper over with the little trace method.
I believe in the past when I've used it, it hasn't been for official legal documents. That's the difference.
Well, this won't be an official legal document
Well,
that I create.
Well, wait, but like,
Yeah, by
But then
definition, dude.
what's the point of what? Wait, what's the harm in just waiting our turn and going up and getting the document?
It's gonna take 3 days. Look at this
Because
line.
I think by the time we get to the front, we're gonna realize we don't have the documents, and we're
But
gonna
they said
have
they
to
have
go
the
back.
documents up there.
These don't seem like the people to just like help you once you get there. This seems like the go home and try again in 3 days crowd.
They
So
said they
why
had
do we need
examples.
them? Why can't we just go?
Because it's
Why do we
bureaucracy.
have to pass through? Because the mountain, there's just the mountain. We could just go,
That's what I said.
right?
Oh wait, we don't need to be in this town?
Yo, wait,
I don't
hang on,
think
what is
so.
this quest?
Okay, hold on. Whose
Right.
idea
You
was
don't
this?
know where the mine is.
Oh.
The potion seller said they know what it is in Doppinwit. The other guy said don't fucking go to Doppinwit.
That's true.
So you don't know where the mine is, and they do know in Doppinwit. But that's
So
kind of
we
the
can
only
go to the
reason for you to
residential line for the people who live in Doppinwit and ask them where the mines are.
Yeah.
Because they know in Doppinwit, and this is a residential line.
Let's go
Where's
ask that
Piss
big
Pants?
guy. Oh,
Oh. You ask big guy, I ask piss pants.
okay.
Okay, you leave the line and go back over to the
I'll
residential
hold our
line.
spot in line.
Okay.
Alright,
Just
as the two of you start walking over
I'm
the line, you
sticking
hear a
with her.
loud whistle, and you see Q Corporal Ballyhander
Oh,
Grizz say, "Excuse me,
Yeah.
I believe you are heading towards the wrong queue. Please return to your spot in the queue, or forfeit your spot in the queue."
Oh, we just had a question for someone in that queue real quick.
Then you should have asked when you are in it. Please return to the queue, or you will be seen in contempt of the queue and taken to prison.
God, prison's sounding pretty good right now.
No.
I actually have some tools.
Alright,
that
I'm walking
could be helpful
back, I guess.
in prison.
Yeah, I walked back.
Where's that scared little gnome?
He's in that.
Yeah, he's
in
in
that
the other
line.
queue.
Yeah,
Yeah, can I like talk to him?
I
in your
just tried.
brain. Probably.
Oh.
Oh, in the brain.
Well, I mean, could we shout across?
You could try. Yeah. He's not too far ahead of you.
Oh,
He's definitely within earshot.
yeah. Oh, but Una doesn't want to shout.
You want me to shout?
Sure, Pier, go.
Who, Peter?
Pier.
Oh.
It's fucking me up.
Here
It's
we
been
go.
fucking me up all night.
Okay.
PP, go.
Wait, PP?
Yeah.
No, you can't say
I'm giving
that.
you a nickname now.
Why is my nickname PP?
PP, pew pew, go.
My nickname is PP Pew Pew? Una, don't.
I don't want to know about it.
Sorry, I left character like 10 minutes ago.
I don't want to know that out of character his nickname is that.
Pew 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 pew.
I don't want to know about it.
Okay. Yeah, I shout. I say, hey, piss boy!
He turns, and his eyes are just wide.
He responded.
What's it called? The what's it
The
mine?
mines.
Moonstone Mines.
Where's the Moonstone Mines?
Moonstone Mines.
Where's the Moonstone Mines?
Up the mountain! And then he turns back around.
Okay, we got some information. It's up the mountain.
This is a mountain range, though. Which mountain?
And he doesn't turn back around. He's shivering, looking away from you
big
guys.
guy.
He sort of turns to acknowledge you with clearly annoyed eyes.
Same question.
I don't live here. I told you that.
What about the Q master? Would you just
New
ask her?
master.
Q Corporal, I think you'll find. As she approaches.
Oh jeez. Do you know where the Moonstone caves is?
Mountains.
Mountains.
Mines. Sorry.
I do know where the Moonstone Mines are.
Could you tell us?
I am not legally obligated or required to give information outside of Q organization.
Oh, well, I was thinking more like a favor.
What have you done? What have you done to deserve a favor from me? You've been nothing but a ruckus.
I'll tip you some gold, and we'll get out of your queue.
How much?
25 gold, and we leave your queue. For good information.
You'll leave my queue for good. I will not see you back in the queue today.
Yeah.
Well, as long as if you can give us the information we need to get to these caves, we'll leave your queue for good. Yeah, you won't
Mines.
see us here again today. Yeah, the mines. You know where we need to go. This is in your better interest, right? Like, it's win-win.
She seems to consider this for a moment, and then she pulls out a hefty book and starts flipping through it. You can see it's clearly like rules and regulations. As she does, you hear a voice from behind you, and a raven-looking figure on that cool boat that came in said, Zanzubo, friends, you're trying to get to the Moonstone Mines?
Yes.
My cohort and I are also attempting to make it there.
Wow.
What a quinky dink.
Well, it's one of them,
So,
the
I
major
take it
mines
you
of the
kn-
area.
I take it you know where it is then?
We do know where it is.
We come with you.
Or can you just tell us?
Well, I could tell you. You could find it yourself, but they have a very nifty contraption in here that takes you straight there. No danger.
Oh. Like in the city?
Mhm.
Well,
Or I could point it to you on a map. Either way, but
what's the journey like on foot from here?
it's not pleasant. Pretty much straight uphill.
Okay, but
Is
like,
do you need some sort of a visa to use the contraption?
Once you're in the city, you can use the contraption.
yeah, we would need to get into the city. I started side eye the corporal who's still flipping through the book.
She's still looking. Listen. You seem familiar. Who are
Me?
you?
Or us.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, you can.
You know, we work for the.
Oh, I was telling the Raven guy to do that, but I was also going to do an insight check anyway.
Prestigious University of Nunya.
Oh man.
Got
A
him.
16.
16. He seems legitimately curious. And he does. He seems legitimately curious about who you guys are.
Can I perceive any sort of insignias or crests?
Yes, you can without
trade?
rolling. There is. I guess roll a history check because you see a crest to determine what it is. Maybe more difficult.
Bang, history check.
And in fact, any Empire dwellers can do that as well. So Una and Shandi, you are welcome
16
to. And
plus
Pierre
four.
as well.
I'll roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
What? History?
Yeah.
12.
17.
Who?
Cool. Una, you are probably the only one that recognizes this. This is the symbol of the Wings of Aramir. The Wings of Aramir are a force from the elemental plane of wind, of air, who work with the Zymorian Empire whenever something that isn't supposed to happen in terms of elementals. If elementals come through rifts and they're not supposed to, a bunch of weird elemental forces are happening. The Wings of Aramir are sort of a Black Ops unit that are sent to deal with it.
Oh, they probably know us when we ruined that crystal thing.
Even though I don't know their specific faction, I do recognize that this is an Empire symbol, right? Or do I not know? Do you
I
know
would
that much?
I was
with
gonna-
a 2, maybe not, but
I was gonna
okay.
relay the info telepathically to everyone.
now you do.
Oh, I instantly say out loud, "Fuck this, let's walk."
Oh,
Wait, if are we walking? Because we should get them to point it out on the map that we are walking.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they'll do it for free. Beats me spending 25 gold for
We've got money.
She's still
One
looking
is
through.
mine.
It's a
Oh.
dense book. She's in chapter 2.
Okay.
Is there a table of contents?
I was gonna say, could I help?
Don't
with,
rush her.
um,
Him? Her?
Her.
Who was it?
Well, a table of contents metaphorically is like skipping the queue, so it can't have one of those.
Oh.
You have to read the book.
Every
Don't
time.
don't
Every
expand the
time.
lore.
Every single word
That's real now.
is a spot in the queue.
Damn it.
Can't be skipping ahead.
I'm more than happy to just point it out on the map for you.
That'd be great.
Thank you so
thanks.
much.
Yeah,
Why
but
are
that-
you going to the mines?
I wish we didn't have to. We could be doing so many more interesting things. But the Wind Sage requires some Durlstone. So to Doppin-Wit we go.
Wind Sage.
Our leader, the Wind Sage of Aramir.
Got it.
He's curious about the and he's taking your map, and he's sort of, while he's talking, he's drawing a little route for you. He's curious about what it could do for our, and he sort of taps the boat, means of transportation. But I think we could be much better off going on an adventure or actually helping someone. And he hands it back to you. There you are. Zanzibar, my friends.
Zanzibo.
I hope to hear of your
Absolutely
legend
cute.
someday. You never did tell me who you are, but I feel like I might know.
What's your guess?
Saviors of Kelshar.
Wrong.
No, that's right.
Mushroom gives it away. They wrote a wrote a glowing review about you in the Platinum Press. Your stopping of the so-called sugar siege of Kelshar. I was quite impressed.
Whatever you read, it was crazier, I promise you.
They tend to punch things up in the Platinum Press.
Wait, do you have a copy? We should hang it in our on our wall.
I'm afraid I didn't bring one with me, but if you're ever in the capital, you could stop by our base, and I'd be happy to. I saved them, you see.
Oh, last time we were at the capital, I hated it, so I don't think we will.
No worries, I also hate
No.
it there. It's constricting, it's confining. It is not where an Aarakocra should be. But
I'm sure, like, Mrs. Lee has it pinned up.
she-
Oh, true.
She got a copy. I'm
She
sure.
almost certainly does.
Okay.
well, I hope to hear more of your legendary stories in the future. It's a shame we couldn't travel together. Best
Yeah.
of luck to you.
Yeah, I'm afraid we don't have the paperwork to get into the city.
Oh.
Unless, of course, your traveling party is in need of guards.
We very well could be in need of guards.
Perhaps. How many of us are there? 7? 7
You
guards?
know, I was just thinking we could use 7 guards.
Of course, of course.
And he looks around. There's like 5 or 6 other Aarakocra here, but they're not paying attention. They're looking at you, but they don't seem to be comprehending at all what you're saying.
They don't speak common.
Each one of us speaks a different language from this plane, so that we're ready for any situation. And I am the one who speaks your fair tongue.
That's smart.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
I
call
mean-
Aramir a wind sage for nothing. Sage sort of denotes that.
How do you speak to one another? Oh, I guess there's a common language that
We
you all
have
speak.
we all have our own language. Yes, Orin would be the tongue that we share from our home plane. We could absolutely use a few guards. You know, us Aarakocra far out of our way. We don't know the ways of this place, like you would. He gives you a big old wink.
Can I
Yeah.
insight check
Yeah.
this bird?
He is
Is he?
suspiciously
Yeah, like, is he just being charming and fun, or is there something a little more
Go for it.
malicious?
Scam.
Yeah. I don't know, and the boat is giving me almost pirate vibes. 29.
He seems like he's legitimately bored to be here and thinks that you guys seem like a lot of fun. That's the vibe that you get. He's not trying to scam you. He's just like, you guys seem neat. I got a bunch of soldiers I'm with. I'd rather hang out with you guys.
Alright, I'll telepathically say that to the group. Seems cool.
Should we put it to a vote then? The long way or the short way?
I mean, like, with going off on her own, I could just summon, like, Dominic and Kelly, the giant eagles, and we can just...
We weren't supposed to meet someone in the city, were we?
We were supposed to, but we were, yeah, no.
You're supposed to find someone in the mountains,
Got
and
lost
also
on my-
several different ingredients in the mountains. The guy you're looking for in the mountains moved. He's a half-orc who moved into the mountains to prove that he was tough, and his brother's like, he's gonna die. Please take him some supplies.
Right.
And then the potion seller, Nail a Silver Sword, was asking for a couple materials, which was purified silver ore, dusk blossoms, and I think Durlstone dust, but I'll double check that. Risky requisition. Yeah, hunk of raw Durlstone, purified silver dust, and some dusk blossoms.
And we got... What did we get from the brother?
He gave you
like
a big
piece of-
old. He gave you a big old sack of stuff to take.
No, but I asked him for, like, a personal... What was the personal effect we got of the brothers? I'm gonna
I
look
don't
back.
remember. I hope you wrote it down because I don't think I did. But I do remember you getting a personal effect of some kind.
Okay, so... How much longer do we think this line could last?
2 hours, probably.
Okay.
It's moving. It's just not moving quickly.
It's not like a day, though.
No.
Because one is... The supply run is we gotta get it within the week. And the... No. The... Wait.
The two quests you're on are risky requisition and supply run. They're both pretty much just like, hey, do this as soon as you can, please.
Okay. We huddle. Can we huddle?
Yeah, you know.
I say we go with them. Just power in numbers. We don't really know what's going on out there. They seem
I
fine.
agree. And if you want, I can learn Orin for a little while and just listen, just in case there's any ill wishes.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Cool.
Oh,
Out of
sounds
their
good to me.
presence, I comprehend Orin.
Cool.
All right. The easy way it is.
Well, I don't think it's an easy way.
That's
no.
the easier way.
Now, can you speak Orin?
No,
Or do
I
you
can
just
only
comprehend?
comprehend, and I can read it. Actually, I can comprehend any language and read any language. So for the hour.
So, what'll it be, friends? Saviors of Kelshar?
We'll come with you.
You've got yourself a set of
Zanzibar!
guards.
Anzibo.
What does Zanzibo mean?
That's a catch-all phrase for my people.
Fun.
As the wind...
I mean, I wasn't asking. I was. What is Everett here?
Oh.
Understand Zanzibar to mean?
It doesn't translate directly, but it basically means where the good wind flows. Not quite, but that's sort of the translation that you can comprehend.
Awesome.
Well, I believe introductions are in order. My name is Tanjo.
Shandi.
Septon Xanthus.
Everett Cornelius Nelson at your service.
Like the legendary hero?
Yeah, no, the same.
Oh, I'll have to.
And this is my pal Arganetti.
Nice to meet you. Oh, are you an Earth Elemental friend? No. Right. And he turns to the rest of you. Oh, you don't have to introduce yourself, I suppose. You're not required to.
Here.
Peter.
I'm the mushroom.
Right. Whose name I do know, but I can't remember. Cord?
Yeah,
All right.
you got it.
Nice. Cord.
So, do you all have like a leader, or is it just that you speak common and that's why you're talking to us?
That would be why, yes.
Ah, I see.
The wings of Aramir all answer to the Wind Sage. We're all of equal rank, with the exception of our recruits, the trainees, and the Wind Sage himself. I
Right,
joined up.
good to know.
I joined up for adventure to spread my legend to help people, and sometimes we do that.
Where are these guys from again?
They're from the elemental plane of air. But the capital, assumedly.
What faction did you say they were with?
The wings,
Wings of
the wings of
Aramir.
Aramir.
Wonderful. Well, let's get on with it then. Are they like on horseback or how are they going?
They've got their boat, their floating sailboat.
That fucking rocks so hard.
Cool. Yeah, you every now and again, Tanjo has to fly up to man one of the localized storms behind the sails. And when he does it, you see they're not like conjuring a storm. They seem to be cutting a small temporary rift to a different plane that they then seal when the storm is no longer needed. But after like 30 minutes, he sort of sits down next to you and says, "Oh, I don't know about you all, but I'm rather bored. Guys, would you all like to play a game?"
Yeah, that sounds great. I also would like you to teach me how to make a weather rift. but
Oh,
maybe complicated.
trade secret, I'm afraid. You see, we try to lessen the amount of people who know how to open rifts to our plane. That's sort of our stated goal. Nothing personal.
All right,
but
well, fair
that's
enough.
just I'd be probably kicked from the order.
Were you by any chance at the Sealing Summit?
No, the wings were not invited to that event.
Curious.
Not curious, I don't think.
No?
Well, you-
Seems like you would have things aligned with people interested in sealing portals.
Well, not in the way that they're doing it. They're forcing closed natural fissures. We are closing unnaturally opened fissures. It seems similar, but it's really quite different. And if their goals are what my master believes them to be, then we are as much their enemy as the Fae.
Then, suppose it's a good thing we were able to make your acquaintance.
And he sort of tilts his head a little bit too far, like a bird would.
Look at me. Am I of this plane?
No, but I didn't think folks were against this, other than, well, the few I know. But I suppose adventurers, heroes like yourselves, wouldn't really be for this, would they?
No, not particularly. Not to mention, I think there's more at stake than maybe just sealing portals.
I think there's definitely more at stake. Well, if what you say is true, and you're against this, then you should know you have friends in, literally, high places.
Always good to know.
I imagine the Wind Sage would very much love to hear that there are others who share our opinion. sort of looks around and says, "But how strongly do you oppose this?"
Something kind of looks to the group. Then they'll just kind of turn back and be like, suppose you could say we are opposed to those who support it?
Actively or in ideals?
Quietly for now.
Well, every roar begins as a whisper. Every gale starts as a breeze. Good to know. Should your breeze need to become a gale, I can't necessarily speak for the wings, but I would definitely be interested. I imagine the wind sage would too.
Okie dokie.
Good. Huh.
You mentioned a game.
Aye! And he pulls out a deck of cards. And he goes, "Have you ever played Kingdoms?"
No. Wait, have I? Let's find out.
Okay.
History check.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh! 20. Oh, wait, hold on. 30.
You have played Kingdoms. Yeah, it's a game from the Elemental Planes. Cool. You played it when you were there, killing the Sultan of Flame. Right, well, he starts pulling out a large deck, and then he stops, and he goes, "Are any of you fortune tellers? Are any of you particularly touched by fate?"
Did I touched by feet?
Define.
Fate.
Fate.
Fated,
I would say
fated purpose, chosen by fate, enemy of fate.
Oh, we've had quite the opposite. Quite the opposite luck with fate in this group.
What do you mean by that?
I don't think you've ever seen a group of people with worse luck.
Maybe we shouldn't play with a deck of 6 kings then. Don't know if you've heard, but this simple card set, nothing strange about it, except recently it started to smell of the stink of sortilege. People are telling the future with this and getting it right. And at the same time, the deck of General Arcana, the one that you may know, belonging to a certain organization of wizards, it's not working so much anymore. So maybe we don't risk it. Call down some sort of horrible fated circumstance. Yes, you look confused, Pierre. Alright. Does anybody else know a game?
We know one game, but it's a DOS game.
We could play I Spy.
Well, no, hold on. Why we could probably play a little cards.
I would rather not call down the King of Warfare on our heads. Or the
Is he
prince,
a god?
The Prince of Betrayal. No, it's just a card, but it can mean a lot more now. I myself, I'm rather unimportant in the grand scheme of fate, so I enjoy the game much, but you all... It sounds like fate is against you, and that's risky with a card deck that is quickly becoming bound to fate.
We need somebody who could take our fate.
And break it?
If you had the chance to take our fate, would you?
Too bad they're literally a couple miles south of here doing something else right now. Actually,
just a couple miles.
You're probably actually on the ocean at this point.
Guys, I'm telling you, we could go cause a massive problem for Blake's lore. We could just fucking cruise down there.
I think you're on the ocean right now doing that whole vampirates quest arc at the moment.
Vampire.
The under and around. What was it called?
Yeah.
In behind.
In behind, yeah.
In behind.
I spy with my little eye something long and very slow.
You hear a book snapped closed next to you. It says, IQ! I cannot take bribes! And she spins on her heel and leaves.
Has she been just
Man.
with us the whole time?
Yeah.
I thought we left.
I spy with my little eye something with a lot of people in it.
Is it?
That's not a very nice thing to say about somebody.
What?
Oh, sorry. I guess I misunderstood.
Is that an orgy joke?
It wasn't a joke. I thought it was serious.
Oh.
Shandi, you do spy with your little eye. A large dude in a full body cloak looking at you.
Hello again.
I mean, he's pretty far away, but he's definitely looking back like several times at you.
Still not convinced that this guy isn't 2 kobolds in a trench coat. Or 3.
That fellow is still staring at me. I thought our business was kind of settled, but
You want me to yell at him?
no, let's not cause any more ruckus.
But
It's a
he's
pretty
making you
fair-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, if
I
he's
can just
causing
look the other
issue-
way. There's plenty of things to spy in that direction.
You deserve
Big
to be able to
empty
look wherever you
field.
want.
I spy with my little eye something green.
Field.
Good.
Do
good enough.
you want to yell at someone, Pierre?
What? Oh. No, I'm just saying, like, if this guy's making you uncomfortable in the queue, there's rules against that, which we've seen this morning. And if there were a queue corporal around, they might want to do something about it.
Bring her back.
Did
Okay,
someone
alright.
say Q, Corporal?
Oh, here she comes.
Help! Someone's disrupting the queue by making queue liners uncomfortable.
Who?
No, I'm not. I have no issue with this man.
Who is it that is uncomfortable? He says he's not.
Nope, I'm not. I'm just playing. I'm playing I Spy.
You know, lying to a Q Corporal could be held in contempt of the Q.
Well,
it's
Q
not a lie. It's just a misunderstanding.
Misunderstandings. And she
You
opens the
should
book
find
again.
that rule in the book.
Yeah, she opens the book again.
Gotta read all the way through to M though. So this is gonna
She
be a
starts
bit-
from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, if there's no games that you guys want to play with Tanjo, he just sort of asks you questions.
Joe. That's not what I wrote down.
What'd you write?
I said I'd play cards, but then he was like, "No."
He doesn't want to
too
risk.
magic."
He doesn't want to risk that, and also we can't because Foundry said no.
Aim it
Do you
down
think?
at the
Do you think I
table.
have a physical set of cards for this
Aim it
fake
just
fantasy card deck called the Deck of Six
Run.
Kings? Do you think I just
We'll
made
just
that
play-
in real
We'll
life?
just play Magic.
Run
We'll
to
play
Pierre's
cards.
house and stream you guys playing Magic.
I'll crack a pack on stream.
We don't need to. We can just do.
Get the fucking box out.
I
over
keep
here.
that thing on me, dude. He doesn't seem willing to risk it with the Deck of Six Kings at the moment.
Yeah, and Heather doesn't want to share her Go Fish cards. Also, the Go Fish website is broken.
The site's broken.
Yeah, last time I tried using it, was like not I couldn't.
That's a shame. I was gonna wager something good.
Well, you don't want to do it anymore. What were you
I'd
gonna
love to play a
wager?
game, just not that game.
I don't want to share my Go Fish cards with you. They're sentimental.
I understand sentimental cards, no problem.
Who's ready for Never Have I Ever?
I'm not familiar with this game.
Yeah. Walk us through it. Play around.
I was out of character. Bye.
Well,
That's the kind of thing we would play.
Reality
What
to
about?
Never Have I Ever with all his fingers still up.
never have I ever
Oh my-
forged a bond of brotherhood on the battlefield. You're down.
Yeah, exactly.
You're down like 8 at that point.
When it's a group that's like been through literally hell and back.
True, like this group of people can be like, somebody be like, "Never have I ever committed a murder," and we'd all be like,
Yeah.
Bang! Alright.
"We've killed a lot of people."
think you've murdered anyone, though.
We've killed cultists.
It's not murder, it's justice.
Yeah, and we started killing them before they even saw us. So it wasn't even like
We
honorable.
committed a war crime. Let's not...
No, you didn't. You say this a lot. War crimes can't exist if the Geneva Conventions don't exist. What is a war crime in this world?
Is there in-universe?
There are
International
in-universe
rules of
laws of warfare, but they're not agreed upon globally.
There's certain spells that are banned. I have the banned spells list.
The Geneva banned spells list.
Did I post the banned spells list meme?
It's good. No, they actually, all the rulers of the kingdoms of this continent do meet once every 5 years to, like, revise and determine what they're legally allowed to do to each other. So that is a thing.
Does it get sexy?
It definitely gets sexy, yeah.
Am I allowed to do this? Yeah.
Alright,
Am
I don't want to follow this road.
Uh-huh.
It's terrible, dude. Cool, yeah, you wait in line for a long-ass time. About an hour later, a book is closed and says, if it was a misunderstanding, it's no big deal. And she leaves. Q Corporal Ballyhand agrees. And
Dude, so many
her
people have
golem
gotten away
Gobi
with
Galactus.
crimes.
There are other Q Corporals. She's not the only one. Though you did notice a lot of people get away with crimes in the interim. You see people cutting the line. There's an explosion off to the left at one point. Everybody looks, and then a bunch of people cut forward in the line. You see money being changed between people as one person gets out of the line to replace another person. Like, there's a whole community of crime in cutting the queue here.
Oh, so she's bad at her job.
Some of them get caught, but it happens so frequently that not all of them do. She may be bad at her job, but in general, I don't know. But
What if Septon casts fear on the people in front of us so they all run away?
These are innocent people, Tether. I can't just be casting spells on innocent people.
You're not
Sometimes-
harming them.
You know, sometimes you gotta cut the line, and sometimes you gotta just ride it.
I spy.
That's like maybe.
How long were you
Haven't
expecting us
grass
to be in
yet?
this line? Like, how much did you allot for this line? Like, how much time?
I allotted 5 minutes because I thought you were gonna fucking break the line, but I wrote a lot more just in case. But you found a pretty
weird.
good. You found a
Wait,
pretty good
how much-
solution.
So hold on. Okay.
Okay.
How tall is the wall to the city?
It's probably like 30 feet. It's a gnomish city.
How tall is the gate to the?
50 feet.
Oh, the gate is taller than the wall.
Big tower gate. Yeah, the gate's huge.
How big is the door to the gate?
A little less than 50 feet.
Okay. Is there,
I
like,
wrote
other doors?
4 pages of stuff that could happen in the line. I expected a paragraph of it to happen, but you found
Completionists, let's go.
you found a solution that doesn't require some of it, but we got through some of it, so that's good. That's good.
Wait, so hold on. So here's what I'm trying to do. Tell me if this is possible. I want to major image another entrance. And see if people will go to that line because it'll be faster.
You could certainly try. Let me just look up major image real quick.
20-foot cube.
You probably have to get closer to the wall.
It'd be pretty small. It'd be a much smaller entrance than the current one. And
A
let's
little
see
miniature
the
cube.
range.
120 feet.
Yeah, so you're pretty far out still. Once you get closer, you could make a smaller one.
Okay.
Listen, guys, whether you're in the line or you're at the front of the line letting people through, you can always count on me for line-related D&D gameplay. The most riveting thing that you guys could ever want, right? That's what we want when we escape the world, is to wait in the line, huh? But sometimes I have an idea and I can't stop. Anyway, you wait in the line. You wait in the line. About 3 hours pass, and you were pretty close to the front now.
How much time would you think we have left?
Probably like 5 minutes, if all
Oh,
goes
okay.
well.
Then I'm not gonna bother with it.
Yeah, Tanjo has been trying to. I don't know how talkative you guys have been with Tanjo, but he seems to want to know what your deal is a lot. You get the sense from him that he doesn't get to get out much, so he really likes to hear stories from other people.
My comprehend languages is over. Did I learn anything interesting from the things from just like being around or no?
The rest of them seem very straight-laced and official. A couple comments towards Tanjo, like, why are these people here? And then Tanjo lied back to them and was like, they need our help. And it is our duty to help those in need. And they're like, okay, fucking Tanjo, whatever. Like, they're not buying it. They're a little annoyed that you're here, but they're not gonna make you leave.
Tanjo, do you find that that there are, I don't know, like cultural differences between the folks that speak the different languages? Like, do you find yourself taking on the sort of habits of folks who speak common versus what the habits other people might take on?
Maybe. I find that there is a distinct schism in the Wings of Aramir between those interested in this plane and those who are here for a job. And those who are interested in it tend to pick up more than one language. I'm on my way to learning Halfling, actually. It's a difficult language, though. Very strange, loopy. Perhaps. I suppose my giant-speaking friend Ranjo is... he's a bit more gruff.
Oh, and that's interesting. Ranjo, what is your dwarf-speaking friend named?
Ginjo.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Well, interesting. I find that, where we spend our time and what we study, impacts us. So
you have to explain to me, though, how you went from what you were to what you are. Because in the last story I read of your exploits, you were a lot taller. Older.
I was, or we were?
You. Everett Cornelius Nelson. Yes, there was a description of your flowing beard. And you seem quite clean-shaven.
That,
were you hit with a youngify curse, perhaps?
No, I think perhaps the historian was mistaken.
Oh. Well, I suppose I read it a long time ago, a whole year. Ages, really.
Yeah. A year is a long time. Well, this has been nice.
What's up, Peter? No, I know what you're gonna ask. I'd love to answer it.
I don't think Septon was there for that conversation.
Yeah, you were. You're all sitting on a boat together.
A year ago, as ages passed?
Yes.
How long do Aarakocra live?
13 years. Generally. The Wind Sage is several thousand, but he's different.
Right.
Don't you worry, I'm quite competent. I am 4 years old, and I am ready to face the world.
And yet, interesting.
Tether leans over to Pierre. How much of his life has he wasted in this line?
Too damn much. This place sucks.
I'm so bored.
Yeah, I know. I thought, like, joining this group of, like, high-powered, movers and shakers and doers would be exciting. We'd be, like, kicking down doors and stabbing people, and so far we've just, like, gone shopping and waited in lines.
It's Phoenix's real feelings.
What were you told about us? Also, we've known you for like a day.
Okay, look, you know, I had to
I'm
pick up some
looking.
information here and there. I was told that, yeah, pretty much what I said. Like, you're really good at beating people up, and I don't know, you work for like the most powerful people in the world. So like, I don't know.
No, but like, what were you told? That's super vague.
Well, okay.
Which one of us was you were told that was the best one?
Oh.
Like the leader of the group.
Go down the line. Tell us what you were told.
Okay, alright. I
I'm
wasn't
kidding.
told a lot of information about ESU. I just sort of picked up some information, like, from asking questions as I tried to find my way to you. Because at first all I really had was, like, names and general location. Eventually I found my way to you. Let's see, what was I told? Well, pretty much everybody was sort of unsure of who I was talking about until I said something about, like, oh, the mushroom, and then they always got the same look on their face, like they'd rather be anywhere else in the world.
That
yeah,
sounds fun. Who?
I
Can
just
I
like
have names?
literally everybody I spoke to, like,
Oh.
it was
That's
kind of
awesome.
crazy. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. They said there was like this really shy one. They said that there was this one who, like, actually they said there's a couple of shy ones. Like half the group really just really shy, doesn't talk much. Then there's the mushroom, and then there's the one who talks a lot. And that was about it.
Okay.
I feel like killing things now.
Ooh, I'm down.
What are you two trying to kill?
I just like the second I'm given like any inch, I'm gonna take a mile. You know?
Okay. Was it something I said?
Honestly, yeah, it was.
Okay. What? The mushroom? The people reacting?
Honestly, yeah, it was.
Well, I don't think it's anything to be upset about. You have a reputation.
Yeah. Like my favorite part about me. Yeah, that's fun.
Your reputation.
Yeah. No. What? Yeah. Does anyone want a drink?
Get the.
My flask. My
Yeah, Tether reaches up into the mushroom and pulls it.
That's how it works. Well, I'm sure we'll run into something up there that we'll have to kill, so...
Wait.
Cool. Anyone want to rip this with me?
As you say that, you pull forward to the front of the line. And Tanjiro goes, maybe not right now.
Show your papers.
Other birds have walked forward to do this. One of them seems to be speaking Gnomish. There's a couple scrutinizing glances at you all, and then he looks over towards Tanjo and says some stuff. Tanjo responds, and you are allowed through into the city. Cool.
Can we go directly to the teleportation?
It's not teleportation, but that is where we're headed as well. Yeah. All right, this way. He hops off the thing. He says a couple things in Orin, and then turns all to you. Says, "I'll just take you there, and maybe we'll meet you up there." They have some business to attend to in the town first. And he starts walking you through, and you pass a bunch of orderly buildings, very small, gnome-sized orderly buildings, all with queues leading out of them, literally without fail. Every single one has a line. And then past a large tower that makes a mooing sound as you pass it, until you reach the bottom of the mountain. You see several large wooden boxes. Large wooden boxes. You imagine like 10 or 12 would fit in there. With large brass legs coming out from each corner and a brass hook on the top. Walk up, Ranju walks up to a gnome in a similar white uniform to the Q corporals, but there's a different insignia and the buttons are on the opposite side. And says, "My friends here are going towards the Moonstone Mines." And the gnome nods. It opens the door to this big wooden box. There are windows on each side. Tundra says, "Well, you get in there, it walks you up, and you're where you need to be. We'll probably be coming up later tonight, so if we see you there, if you're still there, we'll see you. But if not, it was a pleasure making all of your acquaintances."
You
Thank
as well.
you. You too.
You too.
Bye.
And he sort of taps you, Sept, on the shoulder. "If you ever want to talk again, you know where to find us."
Of course.
He dips away.
Where will you find them?
No clue.
You could ask!
No, I just
Okay.
I forgot to write it down. It's the Wind Sage.
The Wings of Aramir. You can find their... Yeah. You know who they are. You can find them.
They got a webpage.
And they're like our #1 fans, so like they can find us.
Well, Tanja's your #1 fan.
Yeah, and he's the only important one.
This is who we need to be. Who you need to be making friends with if we're gonna
Not just like
Have-
Mr. Weasley.
have allies in the coming troubles.
When we
Or-
betray Pier's boss.
Oh, what now?
What?
You're
Don't worry
gonna,
about it.
what do you mean betray?
Not betray.
You were
Backstab.
all shoved into the box during this conversation, and the door is boom, slung closed behind you, and you're now all... I mean, it's large. You all fit. There's not a whole lot of extra room in this big box, though.
We're all friends here.
Yeah.
As two stone golems lift the box, and they hook the top of it onto what looks to be almost like a power line running up the mountain. As it does so, you all feel sort of a jolt of static electricity, and the legs shudder to life and begin climbing up the side of the hill, with the 6 of you in that box. Where your conversation can continue if you'd like, in an enclosed space.
Here, like, funny random thought. Like, if we fought, who do you think would win?
All right.
You mean like you versus me 1-on-1?
Yeah.
Are you? I don't know. I haven't really seen all your fighting abilities.
Just like a wild guess. Because it feels like you haven't really done anything, so.
Well, then I guess we both got some surprises hidden, don't we?
Sounds fun. I can't wait to see that.
Can I investigate how this box works?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Una has stealthed at a 23 into the shadows because she is uncomfortable, but doesn't want to waste invisibility.
Can I intentionally fail a perception roll to not realize this is happening? Be distracted by the scenery.
Yeah, go for it. No, you have to roll it though.
Oh man.
Your first good roll of the campaign.
It's
That's
an 18.
You definitely notice it's happening, but the scenery is still beautiful.
There's so much more to spy on this trip.
Heather. Think maybe.
Yes.
I think maybe some of the things Pierre said earlier were just her recounting other things people have said. Maybe not
Uh-huh.
her opinions exactly.
Uh-huh.
Pierre, does that sound like what you were saying earlier?
Hold on, Tether. All this is because you're upset at what I said?
Yes.
Then why not just say it? Why
I-
gotta be why gotta be so Weasley about it? Just talk to me. Like, say what you're thinking.
You know what? You know what I think?
Yeah,
I think
please.
you're 100% right.
About?
I am angry, and it's not at you. and I'm sorry, but I do think I want to punch something, and that's because I have a lot of anger inside, and it's not directed at you, even though it's directed at you. And
Okay.
weasels are cool, so don't use them as a derogatory thing. Okay.
All right, sorry for the weasel comment.
One time a weasel gave me a really fucking good acorn, and I
That
ate
sounds
it.
pretty awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that. And now we can go find something and punch something.
Yeah. Is there like a bird out there I can kill? You're at the window.
There are birds, yeah.
Here, wait. I take my I take my sleeping bag and I like put it in my backpack and I hold it up like a little punching bag. I'm like, come on, let's see what you can do.
This is not my area of expertise here.
Hit me!
Are there other people besides us in this?
There's one very familiar gnome.
Oh hell yeah! Wait, Tether. I look at you.
No.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Una's screaming no in both of your heads.
I can't think of anything right now because my mind is so loud with me. Okay, I'm gonna
beautiful
tackle...
view these days. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
I know.
An unarmed attack roll.
Unarmed punch. Unarmed strike. Gotcha.
I just love the idea that, like, the meme of when you're trying to clutch and the boys are yelling on headset, but it's just Una. Like, we're trying to, like, do something bad, and Una's just screaming inside our mind.
Rez?
Why is it not letting me...
If you I'm not sure. What sheet do you have?
I have, like, that new sheet. Oh, wait.
Does it prompt you for
I was
attack
on-
roll?
I wonder if like I
I'm
could use
clicking
that-
unarmed strike and nothing's happening.
Maybe there's no like dice associated with it yet.
Yeah, unless you
Wonder,
set
like-
that up.
I could use that to my advantage if somebody's like, if somebody's talking to someone, but I'm just screaming in the recipient's head. Would they be able to hear? You know?
I mean, as much as if you were screaming in real life, it would be distracting for a conversation.
Like, what
Probably.
input do they get first? Do they get input of the brain first or ears? Ooh, hell yeah.
Weird.
Worth a test.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a fight.
Step and say something to Peter.
Phoenix, what do you mean I will subscribe to whoever can send me the lore dump doc? What does that
I'll
mean?
subscribe. Hey, on whatever service you offer, I'll subscribe to it.
Okay.
I think we said a lot of proper nouns that Phoenix did not know
Yeah, that's fair enough.
at one point.
Nah, I was looking for something else actually. I was looking for
Oh, okay, I'm
some
so sorry.
world lore information. It's okay. Apology
I rolled a
accepted.
12 with my -1.
I think that would probably hit because I'm gonna say for me holding the bag, it's gonna be like DC 10 plus Dex mod.
That works
Okay,
for me.
so my unarmed strike is -1.
Oh, you're gonna punch my bag open.
I mean,
Do I heal your bag? Do I
hits
fix it
hits
a
the
little bit?
bag. Doesn't really seem to do a whole lot though.
Okay. That's
You're not
it.
Like,
trying to
imagine,
deal
like,
damage though.
You
You
feeling
saw
better?
like a
Heal.
big wind up,
Uh huh.
and you went and you saw it touch.
It made like a squeaky toy noise, but there was like nothing squeaky in there.
Harder.
Okay, let me try again. I cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Holy shit.
I mean, yeah, you can roll it.
I'm ready.
Daphne the.
Staff Lely. 19?
Oh, can you please just smack it clean out of my hands and into that little gnome's face?
Sure.
Roll some damage.
Oh, he dies.
8.
Oh,
I try to
shit.
catch
Hey,
it
all
and
right.
protect the gnome.
That's pretty.
That's
Yeah,
max
that's
damage.
that's pretty heavy. As you knock it out, and it hits the floor and then slides directly into the gnome's shins, and he goes ah, and gets tripped over and just lands face first on the ground.
Oh.
Septon will immediately help them be like, "We are so sorry, sir."
No, it's fine.
So
it's,
sorry
It's
about that.
no. It's
They're
no.
like, they're like brushing off his shirt.
He's like, no, it's no worries, no trouble at all.
Do you ever just have the urge to kill something and then raise it from the dead as a fungal monster?
This guy right here.
He sort of looks at
Not
you, Sean, and he goes, I spy with my little eye the sky of freedom!
You're supposed to
like-
give a hint and say what you actually saw.
I would like to scream in everybody's heads except Everett. And
Everett is just
Septon,
like, how's this work?
So I'd be like, I need everybody to stop tormenting this poor man.
What did I do?
Septon, shockingly
Started
not the
playing I Spy
menace.
with Me.
No, oh wait. Oh, sorry, not Shundi. I'm sorry.
And he just sort of like pale-faced sits on the ground, and looks at the floor.
I scoop up my bag. All right, Bumble. Looks like we're gonna have to pick up our game later. I say to Tether.
Okay.
Forgot about our nicknames.
Wow.
Nicknames change? Or is that...
It changed during the last session.
When Tether
It
asked
started
for
out
the
as
change.
Pebbles.
Yeah.
That's right.
Pebbles.
All right. The walking. Did you roll that check, Everett? I didn't hear what your answer was.
Yeah, I did. It was a 20. It was a 24.
Yeah. So the line is enchanted, and it seems that when it makes contact with this vessel, it powers it through the enchantment of the line. But if it's not attached to the vessel, it is not powered.
Okay, but there's like it has like legs,
Yeah,
or
it's got legs. It's got 4 brass legs on the outside.
4 legs,
Yeah.
and then it just sort of like marches.
It seems to just go straight forward, and it is guided by the rope that it's on. It's almost like a ski lift with legs, though.
Does it have like consciousness, or is it just sort of like doing its thing?
It has as much consciousness as like a golem would. Is the vibe you get. You also, with a 20-something, you also guess that probably it only gets to be active while it's connected to its power source for that same reason, because there is a limited amount of consciousness. And if it decided to not do what it's supposed to do, you could just take it off the hook.
Cool.
I didn't like the way your eyes widened there, but alright.
That sounds dubious.
How does it like? What power is being run through it? Like,
The line is enchanted.
Is it like lightning, or like just like any sort of magical essence? Energy?
It seems to be just like some enchantment. It's just like enchantment magic. You're not quite sure what the exact spell is.
nice.
But you
We're gonna have to hit this thing with a magical Turing test.
doesn't have a mouth. Click once if you're sentient. You
There's a turtle in front of you where you're walking, flipped on its back.
You eventually though, probably like 30 to 45 minutes later, it comes to a rest, and the doors are opened by a gnome not wearing a very fancy uniform, but a gnome covered in soot with a pickaxe strapped across his back. Your gnomish friend sprints out of the box, and without saying like anything to anyone, directly into the mouth of the mine nearby.
Wonder why he's in such a hurry.
Yeah, I feel like miners are made of stronger stuff, you know?
He's
I think
not.
we,
He's not a miner. Welcome to the Moonstone Mines.
I think we are the
Thanks.
worst option between us and the mines.
What's your name?
My name is Jerobilus Fax.
Facts like true
name
things.
is-
Fax Fax.
That's awesome, Terribilis.
Well, Girabilis, can we have some ore?
What kind of ore are you looking for?
Looking for, well, no, not brimstone.
a hunk of Daryl Stone,
Was it refined silver we were looking for?
purified silver ore,
Purified silver.
and dust blossoms.
Purified silver. Okay, I can get you some silver ore. You're gonna have to purify it yourselves, though.
All right.
And we would do that how?
Yeah, so up at the top of this here mountain, not too far, there is a place called Saltmouth. Was once a saltwater lake, but somebody spilled some holy water in there, and on account of all the Durlstone around, now the whole lake's full of holy water. So you just go, keep your horse submerged in there for a little bit. I can tell you an exact amount of time, 1 hour. Pull it out. That's purified.
Blake, I hate to do this to you,
What?
but that's how real-world holy water works, Dural stone or no.
I'm aware, Peter. That's why I did it like this.
Just making sure.
That's great. All right, so just dump it in the holy water. We're also looking for a hunk of raw Dural stone.
I can tell you that. No problem. Or you could just pick some up on your way. Honestly, be cheaper.
Oh, okay.
I will warn you. Saltmouth does have a resident. We call him Big Benny. He was probably once a normal fish, not so much anymore. So be careful.
Would you like that fish to be murdered?
Well, I guess you could try, but I wouldn't recommend it. Big Benny's, he's Big Benny. Though they do say if you, and I don't know how true this is, because no one's ever done it, but they say if you eat the flesh of Big Benny, he transfers some of his holy power unto you. Except it doesn't really go that way. Usually it's Big Benny doing the eating, and not those trying to catch him.
Guys, I'm going through a rage thing right now. Can we kill this fish and eat it?
Yep, 100%.
Thank you. That's
Sure,
one.
Why not?
Two.
Two.
If we have to. Yeah, no, wait. You're a druid. You should talk to Big Betty.
And say, I'm going to kill and eat you.
Fine.
Well, I mean,
I'll
if
do it.
you all did end up killing Big Benny, I suppose we'd lose a local landmark, but it would be a lot safer to purify our ores.
And also
The other
we could
thing
go through
is-
another
wait.
another whole episode, another whole arc where all we eat is the same type of fish for months on end.
I mean, he's quite big. He's quite big.
If he really does make you stronger, we could probably sell him for like a lot of money.
This
Well,
scheme's
we-
getting real out of hand real fast.
And then we could buy the zoo.
We're not buying a zoo.
Put
We
Big
put
Benny
Big
in
Benny
the
in the zoo.
Okay.
Alright, well, that's more of an
so
aquarium
about-
then at that point.
So we have the purified silver, the Dural stone, and we need, what's the flower? The dusk flower?
Dust blossoms.
Ooh,
Dust
you're
blossom?
looking for dust blossoms. Yeah, you're gonna have to head south along the mountain range. You're gonna have to head south, a lot farther south than we have mines. There's this place, Grimsath Keep, haunted as all hell. Dust blossoms only grow right in front of it.
What
We can
kind
take
of
some holy water
haunted?
with us.
What kind of haunted?
Well, legend says it used to belong to the Harvesters Legion. A bunch of peasants rose up, took down their king. But then the leader of that Harvesters Legion locked them all up in there, started eating them. Or something like that. Because when the orcs came to conquer, they came out, said they killed their leader, told them he was doing all sorts of horrible stuff, surrendered immediately. And the orcs don't even go in there.
Speaking of orcs, have you seen a half-orc named Gelog who's trying to reconnect with his heritage and masculine aura?
Scrawny lad, one tusk.
Yes.
What's
Grimsath
that
Keep.
place? Oh.
At the keep
Okay.
as well?
Apparently,
Guys.
his story was, his ancestors were part of the people that captured Grimsath Keep, so he's going there to sort of figure the whole deal out.
That makes total sense. And can I just say to you what right now? We've had to talk to a lot of people who just walk around things.
Yeah, you went
And
down.
you've
To,
been
you
so
went down.
direct.
You were down there at Doppinwit, weren't you? You shouldn't have gone to Doppinwit.
But even before, there is a magical talking piece of armor that was very non-direct. Like, you have been so direct and honest with us, and I just want to say thank you.
You're mighty welcome.
People don't say it enough, and that's a great quality to have.
I appreciate your appreciation.
Let's
young
give him
lady.
a round of applause, everybody.
Oh, I know. I don't think I deserve all this. Well,
Okay, so how much money for the silver and the Dural stone?
100 gold for the silver, 800 gold for the Dural stone. I honestly recommend you just find a hunk on your way up. I'm not gonna stop you. The market price is market price.
Okay, can you show me a diagram to have proper identification
And
of what it looks
he
like?
points at the ground. See that white stone?
Yeah.
That's Dural stone.
So why is it $800?
Because it's very valuable, and this mountain range is the only place it exists. Whole world.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 200 gold. 100 for the silver, another 100 because you're just so damn direct.
Woo! I won't say
And I
no
really
to a tip,
appreciate
young
that.
lady. I might have kind of you.
Can I have a hug?
I suppose.
Put her here.
Gives you a hug around your knees. He is a gnome.
Okay, cool. So, here's 200 gold, and can you please pet that silver?
Yeah. And he whistles, and a smaller-looking gnome comes out with a big old bag of silver. Now, did you want this in bars or dust?
Guys.
She
Probably,
wanted...
probably bars. Because if we pour the dust into the holy water, it's just gonna kind of bars and
Diffuse,
dunk
yeah.
'em.
And he hands it on over.
Before we head up, I feel obliged to ask, and Johnny's gonna gesture towards the entrance that the gnome ran into. Is he gonna be okay in there?
My money's on no, but he made his choice.
I suppose he did.
I wouldn't run without a headlamp into a mine, you know.
Yeah. What's with him?
I feel like I should be asking you all that.
Oh, we kind of scared the shit out of him on the ride up.
Yeah, okay, well
He
then.
was there?
He's actually like pissing his pants in the corner the whole time.
That was that smell!
And that's what Una was screaming about, you remember?
Oh, yeah. Guys, I'm sorry. I think I'm going through it, as they say.
Well, nothing like a trip to the salt mouth to ease your worries. Although I don't think yours is going to be nearly as relaxing as some are if you plan on killing and eating Big Benny.
I'll talk to
we
him
might not
first.
do that. We'll see how that goes.
Well, best of luck to you. Sun's getting a little low. You can head out now. You can wait for tomorrow, but you got 4 hours of daylight left. More than enough time to get up there and get back.
Huzzah, am I right, guys?
Huzzah.
Well, best of luck to you. Hope you don't die. And he walks back into the mine.
Even if we do, it won't matter.
He's not gonna touch that. All right, you heading on up to the salt mouth?
Yeah, unless you guys think, well, it's probably easy to pick up holy water and help us deal with the ghosts. Unless you think that's a
Yeah.
high priority thing and he's like dead, like soon.
If he's
Well,
dead, he's dead.
Yeah, honestly. And I can
Actually,
resurrect him.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I mean, he won't be him anymore, but he'll be alive.
Nobody here knows Revivify? No, I guess not.
I do.
Revivify only lasts for a minute, so.
Yeah, but I also have a resurrection.
Oh, that's right.
All right, let's go fishing.
All right, you head on up to Saltmouth. Probably takes you like 10 minutes. It's not. You're pretty close to the top here. It is a massive lake and a crater on top of the mountain. You can see the other side, but like barely. There's no vegetation surrounding the lake, and the shore is somewhat sandy, but the sand appears to be almost platinum colored. It's very shiny sand. You also see a bunch of skeletons lying on the shoreline, half-eaten and seemingly spat out.
Fun.
On one of these bodies is a large, surprisingly undamaged fishing rod with holes all up along the side.
Okay, guys,
So
gonna.
someone was slinging over there.
Sure.
I'm gonna take 10 minutes to ritually cast Speak with Animals. Do you guys want to scout out some Durlstone so we can honk that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, make a survival check. Whoever's looking for Durlstone. Loose Durlstone, I should say.
24.
Yeah, you find a good chunk of a little boulder of Durlstone. It's surprisingly light.
Wow, it's surprisingly light.
What do we need the Durlstone for?
She also asked you for that.
I guess I would. How is this like a beach of this sort of lake or pond? It's not.
There's this small beach. Like it's a steep crater, and then there's a little bit of sand, and then the water.
How heavy is this piece of Jurl stone that I found?
Let's say 8 pounds.
We just want to start dunking the silver
You have to submerge the silver for 1 hour.
for 1 hour. Okay.
Okay. Can it have been 10 minutes while they looked for the Dural Stone?
That's fine.
Okay, guys, give me the silver. I'm gonna put it in. If he comes, I'll talk to him, but guys, be ready.
Ready.
All right, you head on down. Are you moving stealthily, or are you just sort of walking on down to the water's edge?
I'm walking on down.
I'm gonna cast a spell on myself and hope that it doesn't get weird. I cast Mage Armor.
Cool.
I need.
Let me
Okay.
double check.
Another one of us just has mage armor. All of a sudden.
What is
Oh.
what's the target of mage armor?
Touch.
That's the range. What's the target? Is it self?
One creature.
One creature. But the range is touch. Okay. Touch
You
yourself.
can technically cast
Yeah.
mage armor.
I didn't know if it was one of those. You touch yourself, it seems fine. Actually, Tether, also, what's the range and target for Speak with Animals?
It is stealth.
Great. It works as well.
I stick that rock in the water.
Alright, you loudly walk down and stick the rock in the water.
I didn't say loudly, I just said I don't sneak.
That's loud.
You're screaming.
Ah! Is anybody keeping watch at all? Anybody looking out at the lake?
I think Shandi's
Hell yeah.
probably
I am.
Okay.
looking
Yeah.
for that big old fish.
Shandi and Una, go ahead and make perception checks for me.
Nat 20.
Okay.
17.
You also see this, Una. Shandi, you, as something enters the water, you see what you thought was deep water. You thought it was colored differently because it was deep water. Move. And you realize that 3/4 of this massive lake is taken up by something.
Damn.
Una, you're seeing this as well, yes?
Big boy.
It looks like we may have a big Benny issue on our hands. Provided Tether doesn't talk him down. I'm gonna start edging closer to where Tether's at.
Cool. The
And-
shape is beginning to sort of just like... It was a twitch at first, and now it's starting to move a little bit more. It seems to be slow in starting to move.
To anyone who's within 30 feet of me, I'll just be saying in y'all's heads, like, we've got a Big Benny.
Big Benny noted.
Tether's gonna stick her head in the water and
Oh my gosh.
if he starts coming closer, if that's what I've been told.
It's not coming closer, he's just moving.
Okay, cool.
Almost seeming like it's waking up. And Shandi, with your natural 20, you do see the shape, the general shape of this thing. It does look fish-shaped. Until what look like wings unfurl from either side. Like feathered, the water shadow of feathered wings.
Una, it has wings. I
Huh.
don't think fish have those typically.
There are some species of fish that have like fins that have developed very long, that allows them to jump out of the water and for a bit.
How big this area we are? Because I was under the impression that Tether was like a decent ways away.
Oh, if you don't want me to hear you, I do.
No, yeah, I'm just wondering how much ground we would have to close to get.
You're probably like 20 to 30 feet away from Tether at the moment. You do notice from this point that the shape has mostly stopped moving, but its head is pointed towards Tether. There's some small movement of the wings as though to like right itself in the water, but it's clearly looking in the direction of whatever was put in the water.
Should I say hi?
Could
I stick my head in the water. Hi.
Okay, you say hi, and as the sound vibrates out from under the water, the two of you see the shape with surprising quickness dart forward towards Tether. Tether, you see out of the murkiness a massive white-headed salmon with its mouth open going directly towards you.
Okay.
You have about 5 seconds before it reaches you.
5 seconds. You
Around.
say? I have a. Oh, are we in combat?
No, but it's you have time for an action.
Oh.
Actually, an action is 6 seconds.
You're
so
right.
she
No,
doesn't
you're-
have time for an action.
You have 6 seconds then.
I have 6 seconds. Okay.
Everyone else also has 6 seconds as the two of you see the shape rapidly approaching Tether.
I hop on my broom.
Nice. Okay, sick.
Anyone else?
I was waiting to see what Tether was going to do, but I have an action I would like to do if Tether does not get out of the water.
Oh, I had like a thought. I just wanted to look something up, so I didn't like get it wrong. So I just want to see how much. This will be fun because of the Fundurl Stone.
Can I scurry on over near Tether
Mm-hmm.
and cast my action? I'm going to use the DOS loot to cast Animal Friendship.
Okay, what's the target and range on Animal Friendship?
30 feet, which if I'm near Tether,
And is the target one creature? Or what? Is it an AoE?
the target is one action.
I look it up too.
It says choose a beast.
Cool.
And for some reason, it doesn't have target as one of the things.
It's probably because it says it in there. Let me just double check.
No, it's just because I googled it and D&D Beyond sucks.
I got it.
Target, a beast that you can see within range.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. D100.
D100. Oh no.
Oh,
Are there any other beasts I can see within range? 42.
42.
Oh.
Your spell does not miss target. It also doesn't do anything as you realize this is no longer a beast.
Ah.
Well, I was gonna cast use a level 4 spell slot of control water and part the water. And the range is 300 feet, and the target is you choose any freestanding water that is in a cube up to 100 feet.
That'd be so funny if we fuck up the lake. If there's just no lake left after this.
This spell wouldn't be big enough to fuck up the whole lake. All right, roll D100 for me.
I would love to.
Well, the Benny takes up a lot of the lake. I wonder if we displace all the water by getting rid of him.
93.
93. Your spell missed targets. Roll a D6.
D6. A 4.
All right. It missed targets to where you wanted it to go, because it missed targets to you, which is right where you wanted the water to part anyway. So lucky you.
Whoa.
All right, you part the water. You cause the water in the area to move apart, create a trench. The trench extends across the spell's area, wall on either side. Okay, so Big Benny whooshes forward. You part the water, and the front 100 feet of him land on the ground. That is not his whole body, though. He is bigger than that. But as it sort of like skids up on the ground, you see, all of you see for the first time, the full Big Benny. And Big Benny is a massive gold-scaled salmon with a sheer white head and golden glowing eyes. He is easily 300 feet long and similarly wide. His most interesting feature, though, are the permanently dry, white feathered wings that seem to have grown where his pectoral fins should be. And as you notice these, he is going to... It looks like he's going to begin flapping his wings, but a couple of you haven't taken actions yet, so you still get a chance.
He is big.
So Shandi, Everett, Una, and Peter haven't done anything yet. So.
Oh, Una got on the broom.
Una's on the broom. Yeah. Okay. So you've done your thing.
I could fly. I was gonna fly up just to be above it.
You could totally do that. That's within as the water is parting. I can't believe you misdirected right where you wanted the water part. That's crazy.
I mean, some people might say the dice don't matter.
I don't want to start this again.
So he's gold.
Gold scales with a white head. You know how salmons sometimes have a different colored head?
And he's got wings.
Big angelic wings.
And he became this way because of holy water.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to pull out the Shard of Alaris. And I'm going to concentrate upon it. And I'm going to become invulnerable to radiant damage.
Cool.
My action.
I think I'm gonna while I see him going up, I'm gonna pop my Eldritch Claw tattoos special thing, which let me pull it up really quick. Oh, Foundry. Which is just for the next minute, my ranged or my melee weapon attacks have a range of 15 feet.
Great. All
so,
right.
are we gonna kill this guy? Seems pretty big.
I mean, I tried talking to it, and then it started rushing me.
I mean, at this point, we either kill him, hold him off long enough to get that silver ready, or come back later.
I mean, why don't we give him another 6 seconds?
If animal friendship didn't work, I don't know if speak with beasts is gonna work for the same reason, or speak
Real.
to animals will work.
Except in you know that this is not a beast. Like, when your spell failed, you knew why.
He's not a beast. This is not a beast.
So,
This is something deeply unholy.
Or holy.
Unholy.
More holy, maybe.
Anyone
I
feel
don't know
weird
that.
about
That's just
killing
Septon.
a holy creature?
Holy mackerel! Oh wait.
Oh, I should have made him a mackerel. God, that's a missed opportunity.
That would have been
I
pretty
was like,
good.
what fish should this guy be? I don't know, salmon. Fuck. Damn
Is
it.
there any way we could soak the silver with... What? Why didn't we just get a fucking bucket and put the silver in it for an hour? Why are we dealing with the
We
fish?
could have done that.
Then why didn't you say that? Huh?
All right,
Why
Big
didn't
Benny
you say
begins to
that?
flap his wings and begin flying up out of the water.
What is the air displacement like on that?
It's-
like, are we like being blown away?
Yeah,
by
it's
it?
hard to. You're not gonna have to make any saves, but like it's slightly less strong than a dragon's wing attack. As it begins to up towards the sky, and its eyes begin to glow brighter and brighter.
So,
This might be the goofiest thing we've ever fought.
I don't really have anything with which to fight it because I figured that everything I had would be fucked up anyway. So consider me useless, other than buffing you guys.
Like, we get a full
That
turn,
might not
right?
work
Like,
either.
bonus action, movement, and action.
Well, we're on to another turn,
Okay.
if you'd like. This isn't exactly combat, because I can't make a
I,
token for this creature.
It's too
Yeah,
big.
just a big token.
I might have to, depending on how the next couple minutes go, I might have to figure something out for next time.
Can Chandi rush over to the fishing pole and can I use an action to examine to see if I can figure out how it works?
Absolutely. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana.
11.
Crazy fishing pole.
You see, it's certainly a magic item with an 11. Okay, you're not sure what it does, but you do get the sense that this is both a fishing pole and a flute.
Septon,
Flute.
this thing's a big flute.
Oh, fuck. Something runs over there. Something's gonna run over and, I don't know, I play the flute.
Yeah,
Something
you're
plays
proficient.
the
You
flute.
could
anyway,
just start
Wonderwall.
playing this thing.
Anyway,
But what will it do? Nah, fuck it. I'm playing the flute.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, you begin to play the flute. How would this work?
get
I guess
DMCA'd.
he's sort of still in the liquid. So you see, as
I don't like that you call it liquid, not water.
well,
Oh, I love drinking liquid.
I'll say his tail is still in the liquid. You see a bunch of other smaller fish begin to involuntarily float up to the surface.
Is this the flute of fish control?
It is the angler's flute. And I think I'm going to have him make an athletics check to see if he is brought down to the surface of the liquid, because technically, his tail is still in it.
This gives me Terraria boss vibes.
That's what I was thinking when I designed it, actually.
We're fighting Duke Fishhorn out here.
All right,
Actually, this is just Duke Fishhorn, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never fought Duke Fishhorn in Terraria.
Yes,
you have.
We did it on
You have.
stream.
I don't remember that.
Duke Fishron.
I legitimately don't remember that. But anyway, you see as he begins to be sort of like moved downwards towards the surface, and then you see as he struggles upwards and seems to shake off the effect of the flute. But you see a bunch of other fish have involuntarily risen to the surface of the water here as you've been playing this flute.
since
You do see, though, that the rope on the flute is baited.
What does any of this mean?
I mean, like, there's bait on the line of the fishing pole.
okay, is he above?
He's just above the water right now, and his eyes are glowing brighter and brighter with each passing second.
Can I, because I'm allowed to shift the effect
Yep.
for up to 10 minutes. I don't know.
It's
like,
only the
turn
same
order.
100-foot cube.
Yeah. But I can redirect its flow even in an unlikely direction. Like, could I direct its flow up?
Yeah, you could absolutely direct its flow up. As you direct the flow up, and it envelops the front head of this giant fish that is now flying.
Hopefully I did something.
So I should keep. Septon will continue to play. I know it might not be my action, but
Alright, you continue playing. Is anybody else doing anything? You'd probably put us into initiative here, but this is a little different than combat.
Unless this is a new round. that
Yeah,
I
it is.
I already. Oh, it is. Okay. What's his mouth looking like?
Open and scary?
Could I?
What do you mean by that?
How big is the fishing rod? Is my question. Is
The
it a regular sized fishing rod or?
It's like a long caster. So
Okay.
probably like your
How am I
height.
playing it as a flute though? Is it just a huge
Yeah.
flute?
Big flute.
What's a didgeridoo?
Yeah.
Never mind. In my mind, it was like a Monster Hunter sized fishing rod, and I was gonna try to hook
I
this
mean-
thing while Septon.
It's pretty big.
Septon, will it upset your playing if I hurl this line?
Septon just shrugs. He'll figure it. He'll twist on his side. He'll figure it out.
Actually, wait. How far in front of me is he?
He's maybe 40 feet in front of you and like
Okay.
40 feet up.
Wait, can't Una grab the line while flying on the broom and then fly it over to the mouth and throw it in?
I'm gonna relay that plan to Una. Una, fly over me, I'll throw the hook up, you fly it towards the mouth and throw it in.
I've got gloves of missile snaring, so if you aim at me, I'll catch it.
Alright,
do I have to do anything to make sure I do that?
I think you just get
I
to.
think I just do it.
I'm not entirely sure. You have to check the thing. All right, make a ranged attack, I suppose, at Una. Or just... if you're trying to catch it with the gloves of missile snaring, then yes, do that. If you're just trying to toss it to Una, we can do dex saves. So, kind of your call, Chelsea.
Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, stop. When a weapon attack hits you, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus dex mod. If you reduce the damage to 0, then you catch it.
All right, so I think maybe both of you just make a dex save for me.
Okay.
Okay.
7.
Wait, where's saves? Oh, no, right in front of me. Halfling, look.
Oh no.
25.
Alright, with a 25, you make up for Shandi's dog shit throw, and you sweep down and grab it.
Shandi gave it the Little League special.
And you're flying it over to the thing's mouth?
Yeah. What's the plan? Am I hooking it? What am I doing?
Hook it, Tuna! We're going for the big one.
I call this one the Big Tuna.
Got him! Alright, make a ranged attack as you try to get it in this thing's mouth. I will say...
Ranged?
Unless you're trying to, like, go into the water that's currently surrounding its face and hook it.
Oh, right, there's water.
Yeah.
around him. Maybe not.
Yeah, there's just an orb of, like, water being rushed up towards him right now.
So then, yeah, we'll range it. 27.
27, you... And it goes clean into its mouth, and its mouth snaps closed, and its eyes stop glowing. As it is now closed in on this hook. Incepted, you feel a big pull as the flute is sort of pulled out of your mouth as this thing begins to try to fly and pull away from the hook that is now in its mouth.
All the strong boys
back.
grab it!
Yeah,
I'm pulling
yeah.
back.
All right.
I'm coming over to grab and pull. I rage.
Okay, you
Start
rage.
pulling.
Grab onto the
can't make-
rope. Anybody else
Can't make
grabbing
my
on?
athletics check?
You're all gonna. This is all happening very quickly.
If I can, I'm grabbing on.
Yeah, you're pretty close. You just threw the thing up. Okay, so the three of you, please make athletics checks. We will take the average.
26 from Septon.
29 from Pierre.
10.
Shawnee's not helping that much. But it is still enough as the three of you pull on the thing as it begins to flap its wings and go backwards out of the water, trying to get out of the water, it seems like. Or not necessarily trying, but that's the direction it's going. You guys hold your ground as you begin pulling and pushing up against this fish. The other three of you, you see your three friends currently not losing the struggle against this massive 300-foot-long flying fish. What are the three of you guys doing?
Well, okay.
It's you said its eyes stopped glowing.
Yeah, when it clamped down, it stopped charging whatever it was charging.
I feel like it's fair to say
any-
Septon...
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
Did anything else change in it?
It looks determined now.
Oh,
Is
should have put some food.
is fighting tug of war against this creature enough to keep my rage up, or
Yes.
will I need to take damage? Okay.
I think this will definitely count. You're not
I would
taking
gladly hit
perceivable
here.
damage,
I
but
wouldn't
like
ask you to.
I think it's enough resistance to narratively say that rage should remain.
Septon turns around and slaps Pierre.
Exactly.
Hey, mate! Stay in it!
Is it still like flying? Like I still need to be redirecting the flow up?
It's flying. It does. I mean, make a nature check for me.
Nature. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry, everyone.
All good.
I don't know, I got a 4.
Oh.
I got a 4.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Yeah, it's a flying fish. It's pulling against the rod. It doesn't seem to care. Peter disappeared in a glare of
I'm back,
radiant
don't worry
light.
about
Big
it.
Benny got him, dude. It doesn't seem to much care about the water around its head or not, from what you can tell. It's not slowing it down
Okay.
any.
So I feel like, could I drop could I drop concentration and then upcast enhanceability with bull strength on the 3? Would that be more helpful?
Your call.
But then it might fail.
You give Big Benny bull strength.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wait, actually, you should do that.
We get taken away like that little boy in the hot air balloon.
Well, I technically would still be trying to hit 3 targets, so if we get 2 of you and 1 him, that could still be a net positive for us.
You gonna do it?
Heather uses the free action to ask if that's a good idea.
You hear Tether yell this out to the group. If anybody has any responses.
Won't help me. I already have advantage.
Oh, so I don't.
And
I
also
don't
advantage
have
for Sean D versus advantage for fish. I feel like the fish gets a lot more mileage out of that advantage.
Yeah, I have a -1 in strength, so, you know.
Okay.
I think we're good.
He says, as though he's helping. Everybody's just sort of holding his rock, looking on.
Okay, so while
I
they're
stay,
doing that, could
okay.
I carry the silver husk back into some of the water?
Put it in some water? Sure, yeah, I guess so. Una and Everett, are you doing anything?
There's a mess kit with a pot in my backpack.
With a what?
With a pot. If we want to scoop up some water.
Alright.
I don't know. Pulling.
If you don't want,
I get it.
if you don't want to do anything, you can just wait.
I've been trying to think of like ways to pick up water. I guess I have like a canteen, right? I'll run over there and.
We would need like a bucket to put it in.
Pierre's got a pot.
Can I use unseen servant to carry water?
Yeah, I think. I don't think that would get fucked up by the Drillstone. You don't want to target that. So many edge cases.
Yeah, are we
Oh, that's-
finding every edge case?
Pretty much every spell you've cast so far has been a thing I didn't think about when I decided that mechanic, actually, which is on me.
You just wanted me to cast Blight on something and then accidentally kill Una.
No, I didn't want that.
That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be cool. Do what you want.
I feel like you
Wow.
don't like being Una. It has to be killed every time you play.
Whoa. Can anybody back him up on that? I don't.
Yeah, she didn't ask
so.
for the
Yeah.
very first episode.
That's-
After that, though. You know,
Alright, yeah, Unseen Servant's fine. As Unseen Servant goes and starts... Are you pulling the pot out, or are you just filling the
Yeah.
water? You pull the pot out and starts running it down to the thing. Alright, the 3 of you, are you continuing to try... What are you trying to... Are you just trying to hold it there, or are you trying to reel Big Benny in? What's the plan
Big
here?
Benny.
We're trying to reel it in.
Alright, let's get those
I have a
athletics
question.
checks.
I have a
Yeah.
question. Can I still be playing at this point, or are we just...
It will... you're kind of having to pull at this point. You could...
Let's focus on the
You'd have
pulling
to
then.
be sort of horizontal to play at the moment. All right,
I'll give up on that.
athletics, please. Ooh.
Only a 14 from Septum.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Come on. 31 here.
Nat 20 from Sean D.
Oh my. Okay, yeah.
We were talking shit
All
and
right.
Randy heard it.
You
Sean D
begin.
hulked out.
Not only have you maintained your footing, but you have begun to reel Big Benny in very slowly. You are pulling him towards you as he's desperately flapping up and away.
This is like
We may want to start considering a plan for what we do when we get him here.
hit him a
We're gonna
bunch.
need a really big tape measure so we can get the distance.
Can someone take a picture for my profile? This is kind of like, so those three are the people with the rope, with trying to Spirited Away with the stink monster, who's actually the river spirit, and me, Una, and Everett are like
Spoilers.
the people being like, Eve, Eve.
Yeah, you're really not. Una's just sort of circling with the broom at this point.
Alright, I've got 50 feet of rope. I'd like to try to tie, if not both, one of the wings.
Okay, cool. You flying up as the wings are flapping. I guess let's start with a dexterity check to see if you can wrap that wing while it's flapping.
Just dex, not just straight dex. Sorry.
Unless you can think of a skill that would work better here. I think just straight dex.
I mean, yeah.
Unless, isn't survival, like, not tying?
Or sleight of hand.
But that's not tying.
Not a knot.
Right now we're just
Tension.
trying to get a rope around a moving thing, which feels like a dex maneuver to me.
If because I'm on a broom, would it count for Oh no, you know, acrobatics is the same, so it doesn't matter
Cool.
anyway.
Just go straight dex for this one. It's not a crazy high DC, it's a really big wing.
Oh man. What about 14?
14's good, yep. As you whip it up and around, that'll be your action. Let's get another athletics contest for the boys trying to pull in Big Benny.
Eve.
I like that Peter's going fucking cyberpunk mode.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh, not so great from Pierre.
What happened?
Septon hit the nat 1.
Okay.
Pierre got a 22.
I just
Not
wanna say,
so
a nat
great,
1
it's a 22.
Not so great.
6.
And that one is still a 10 from Septon.
A 6, and that one, and a 22. Alright, you lose some ground from Big Benny, and in fact, Septon, you at the front, your feet are now dangling off the ground.
Whoa.
Alright, Una, what's the next? Are you trying to, like, bind the wing? I guess that's probably... That, you can either take survival if you're trying to tie a knot, or if you're trying to manually just fly in the opposite direction, that's going to be athletics.
Well, I was thinking more like tie it, just circle it multiple times, to as many loops as I could with 50 feet of rope, and tie it tight.
Alright, so you begin spinning.
Yeah.
No save then. You're able to just start flying circles
It's
around this
mostly
wing
like
for now.
using tension, not so much a knot.
I see what you're saying.
Like when you were little and you took yarn and tied it around your finger. So
Little.
it would make all the little ridges on there.
Still do that. Okay, for now you're starting to wrap it. All right, another athletics contest, boys.
You know that thing in Star Wars?
I don't know what Star Wars is.
You know, but with instead of the feet of the
28.
I know what you're talking about, yeah. Nice.
7.
Septon.
Oh. 7.
Should someone be giving Everett, not Everett, Sean D the help action? 'Cause
Could help.
Only 11 from Septon.
All right, you're lucky because Big Benny rolled pretty low this time, so you're able to pull Septon back down onto the ground. Una, you've made a bunch of wraps. You're now just like hanging from the bottom, I assume. Its wing is sort of rough. It's not going to try to pull away from the boys. It's just going to try to like whip its wing around to try to knock you away and start loosening the rope. So go ahead and make an athletics check to try to hang tight as it whips you around.
Oh shit. That's a 3.
You are sent flying. Una's just caterwauling through the air.
Blasting off again.
Is anybody doing anything about this? Una's just flying.
I think we're busy pulling.
3 of you are pretty busy. There's 2 of you, however, who are not currently busy.
Gotta go.
Is there anything that I can do?
uh,
Gotta be something.
Una's about to take a lot.
Could I
of
redirect
damage.
some of the flow to catch her?
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. All right, you redirect the
water
flow
on.
as Una, you fly and land. It still kind of hurts. You're gonna take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the surface of this water. But you do start to just sink down through water rather than fall onto her Dural stone. You do notice as the water goes away from Big Benny, its gills begin flaring as though it is no longer able to breathe.
Gotcha. So, I'm actually gonna, once Una's safe, in concentration.
That'll take a round-ish, so let's have another
Yeah.
athletics from the boys.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
The rope is still on the wing, and it's affecting it, though not as much as you would have hoped. All right, athletics from the big strong
He's
folks.
joking, boys. Pull him ashore.
Now the Septon's back on land. He got a 25.
Nice.
23.
18.
You make some good progress. You guys, you managed to get like a couple of steps back, and you were pulling Big Benny. His head is no longer above water at all; it's above shore. He's still
I'd like to be outstrengthed by the bar. in front of me.
Okay, don't pretend you didn't put expertise in athletics.
Tether. What were you? What
I
were you
also have
hoping to do?
expertise in athletics.
As Una
No, I
is
was gonna-
falling down. Yeah, what's up, Tether? Your go.
I was gonna redirect the flow to make a water slide, so she gently got this shore.
Great. You gently let Una sort of slide down to shore.
And I'll end concentration.
Great. And concentration. Everett, anything you want to do at all?
Great job, everyone! Everyone is doing so well.
Everett and Narganetti, you're like, yes, yeah. Just,
Where's my broom?
your broom is on the shore nearby.
Okay, I'm gonna gather it up.
Cool. All right, let's get another athletics from the boys. Ooh.
Come on.
Ooh, only 14 from Septon.
Not so hot from Pierre, 17.
10 from Shanti.
It is enough. It rolled pretty low. You make a little bit. It's not a big move like last time, but you are keeping this thing out of the water, and you can tell its strength is starting to flag already, being out of the water. It can fly. Can't breathe in the air though. All right, what's anybody doing here?
So it's on shore,
Above shore.
above shore. It's because it's flying.
Yeah.
Is there still some rope in the? Can we reel it in more so it's like on the ground?
That's what they're trying to do right now. It's just
Okay, so
hard.
what Heather's gonna do is run up to the boys, Shandi and Septon, and honestly, I'm just gonna try it because range is touch. I'm gonna upcast enhance ability bull strength on them.
If ranges touch, it just works.
Cool.
All right, let's get another one. All of you at advantage now.
Hell yeah. Alright, big heave ho.
Alright.
27.
Nat 20 up to 29 for Septon.
You guys ready for this? 8.
With advantage?
Advantage is crazy. All right, you succeed. You pull it, and you pull it down and forward, and its head is now like 5 feet above the ground, but it's still flapping and trying to get back up away from you guys.
Do we wail on it?
Got a big
Can
golden
we stab its
eye.
eyes?
Do whatever you want. 3 of you have free hands and free actions here.
Are any other of my spells touch? That'd be wonderful.
It is kind of a bummer that this place is going to lose their big local landmark of Big Benny.
Yeah, it's been eating
No.
people for a long time.
They're gonna salt that fish up. They're gonna have a new landmark where you
Yeah.
can go and have
That's true.
some cured Big Benny.
We're going to have a
We're
cookout
giving
tonight.
them amazing
Someone's gonna drop a
merchandise.
new
We're having a
salmon in the
fish
lake.
fry.
Oh, some
They're
salmon.
gonna put
Some
we put a
holy
new
salmon
salmon in
drink?
there are some other fish in there. So.
We're like, this time it's a mackerel.
Honestly, Big
We're
Benny
not
has
fucking
probably
up
been
this time.
Big Benny's
Alright.
probably been hurting the natural balance of this ecosystem.
Oh, true.
Why don't we
yeah.
try to?
Big Benny's
is it even
probably praying
worth
for
it?
death every single day.
Are there any baby bennies that'll grow up into this?
There are other fish. Remember when you played the flute? Other fish did rise to the surface.
Like could
They looked
one of us
normal.
stab its eyes?
Yeah, if you want.
We could mutilate his gills.
They're already not really doing anything.
We could chop off the wings.
Good luck with that. I say stab his eye!
Okay,
Get him!
I'll take one.
Yeah.
Bonus action, shillelagh.
Not stab, but bludgeon his eye.
Bludgeon eye.
All right, let's get attack rolls from those trying to stab or bludgeon eye.
Well, one is me.
He's not within 5 feet of me, is he?
I got the other
No,
side.
you're a little farther away on account of you're
Okay.
at the end of the rope.
23.
Hits.
11.
Hits the eye. Yeah,
Great.
huge and unarmored. Go ahead and roll damage.
14 damage.
You do have sneak attack here.
I figured. This is a blade coming out of the elbow. I'm just gonna say
Okay, I love it.
for some flavor
You're
flav.
doing the old people's elbow.
Marganetti, do you ever feel like you ever feel like they got it, you know?
Yes. I don't know what to do.
Alright, let's just chill with that thing.
23 points.
Okay, you both stab the eyes. Una's eye pops effectively, and Tether's looks. So Una, you're just like there's fluid all over you now. Tether, you're just
Don't worry, you can swim after.
doesn't like it. And this
That's
it's looking pretty bad. It's gonna have disadvantage on its next roll here. Let's get another athletics from the boys at advantage.
Heck yeah.
Pretty okay.
22.
Nice.
27.
9.
Shandi's not
Honestly,
helping.
Shandy,
That one's a
Actively
tie.
harming what's happening.
That one's a tie.
maybe
No
he's
movement
playing
either
with
way. It rolled pretty high, even with
Right,
disadvantage.
get in there. Switch places with Shandy.
Everett might be better at this than Shandi.
Everett was lifting. He was on that grind.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Can I hit my eye again?
Yeah,
to
you
try
can.
to
Go ahead and
explode
make
it?
an attack roll.
Thank you.
You're right.
I also
hit
want an
your
exploded eye.
I also want to explode an eye. I have aggression that I need to work out. That will be a 19.
19 hits.
8.
Nice. Yeah, it's you pop sort of a hole in the eye and fluid. Doesn't
Bonus action.
violently explode.
Pole arm master.
Okay, make your second attack.
15.
Hits.
This is just a D4. 7.
Yeah, I mean, 1, 2, you sort of mutilate the eye. It doesn't pop as violently as Una's did, but it's certainly sludge now. All right, I'm just gonna get a negative bonus on this in addition to the wing. Let's get another athletics check, boys. Oh.
Natural 20. That's a 33.
Yeah, okay.
27.
19.
All right, you with one final great pull Benny's head onto the ground as it goes up along the surface. You see its tail start to spasm and its wings flap around, and then slow, and then slow, and then still. And you guys have beached Big Benny.
Yeah,
yeah.
great
They
job,
said it
everyone.
couldn't be done.
Tether keeps hitting
yeah.
the eye.
You keep hitting the eye, and as Tether's hitting the eye, and the sun is actually starting to set at this point, you guys stand victorious over the ready-to-eat, well, not quite ready to eat, ready-to-cook body of one Big Benny.
It's time for the fish fry.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Rad. So thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not currently playing a TTRPG with your friends, you should, because it's the only hobby in which you can catch a flying fish and almost die. Only hobby you could do that, I guess. I gotta get better at that. I'll think of a better one next time. It's not my strongest suit. I should do a different outro.
It's the only hobby where you can wait in lines.
That's true.
lot.
Forgot that was
For-
most
for
of the
4
session.
days.
Hope you like that. Anyway, that's all. Bye bye.
Baby.